Now you can hear me. See, this is why we're here. This is why we're here. You can probably hear me now. You should be able to hear me. You should be able to see me. You should be able to see the game screen. And you should hear the game screen. And so because you can hear the game screen, I'm actually going to turn off the regular music. And we'll just listen to the game. The game is now minimized. It's going to come back. There we go. Damn it, but now I gotta pull you guys back up. There we go. Okay. The thing about this game is every time I click out of it, it minimizes itself. So I gotta find a way to fix that. Doing all sorts of buttons. Okay, you can hear me now. Excellent. Do you hear chill music coming from the game? Anybody? You should hear like light little acoustic music. Yes, excellent. Okay. If it's too loud, let me know. I can turn it down. But I think in that case, we are good from a stuff working standpoint. So that's really good. So here's what we're going to do tonight. Like a coffee shop. Excellent. That's exactly what it is. So here's what we're going to do today. Oh, excellent. People are already getting into the call. You guys figured out so that the link works. Step one. That's awesome. Addie, we're going to get to you soon since I know you say you only have a limited amount of time this evening. You should be able to unmute yourself, but keep yourself muted for now. No cameras. That's one of the setups things that we're doing today, guys, is, hold on, I'm going to turn the game sound down just a little bit because it feels a wee bit loud. It feels a wee bit loud. Music volume is 11%. Holy God. That's it? Okay. Anyway, we're back. Looks like all systems are go, producer Steve. I love to hear it. Thank you for that. I'm hoping they are. You guys should be able to see a little bit of the chat for yourself up on the top of the screen there. So the things we're still working on, right? Here's the idea, folks. We are trying to, and Brady, if you're around for a bit, I would love to have you on to talk basketball because I haven't been able to watch too much of it. So maybe at halftime we'll do a Brady halftime report. We'll get Addie in here first, and we'll do Brady at halftime if you're down. No pressure. If you don't want to, it's all good. Sorry, I keep turning around and look at the game. My bad. So here's what we're doing, folks. We're going to play RimWorld. We're going to hang out. This is a super chill game. Very, very fun. I'll explain the game in a minute, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to hang out. We're going to play RimWorld. This is a cool little test bed for stuff we want to do, so I can share my screen. You can still see me. I got text. I got the chat. We're going to be able to bring calls in. It's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, Addie, since you're already in here, we'll be able to talk this out in a minute, but I'm going to do something that you should actually be able to see. Depending on the thing you're in, can you still see my screen on the link that I sent to you? Because I think I'm sharing my stuff. If not, I will share my screen. But you guys should be able to see my stuff. No, never mind. I'm not going to do that. Because I think I'm showing my own camera in the room that you guys like joined. Kind of the same way you joined StreamYard. Worst case scenario, what we'll do tonight, though, is if you want to call in, you call in on one device. Make sure whatever you're watching the stream on is muted. We're just working out kinks. This is my very first test of trying to do this stuff without StreamYard. This is all custom manual stuff I've set up so that you guys can call in, you can see chat on screen, all that jazz. And that is the goal. So that's the goal. Anyway, now you can't hear me talking in the room. I think I might be muted in the room. I'm not sure. You're muted in the room. What if I do this, Addie? If I add myself to scene 1, now do you hear me? I wonder if you hear me now. Because I'm now like in the room on the app where you brought me. It's okay. Yeah, don't put your finger up at me like all aggressively like that. It's Addie's giving me a very aggressive like, wait, Steve, wait. Okay, you can't hear me. All right, we'll figure that out in a second. I got a couple things I can get through, but you should be able to still hear me on the other stream itself. So you can at least have something. But we'll figure out the being able to hear me in the same call as you guys call in. So if you do call in, just have the stream up somewhere. Yeah, now we're in 18 commercial food thousands. Look, man, we're trying. And it was Verizon, by the way. Svetnik, the can you hear me now guy. That was Verizon, famously. Then I think he became a trader and turned over to Sprint. So anyway, we're not going to do tech stuff too much off the top here, but I am going to get to Addie in just a moment. She has what she says is a small Taylor Swift report update. So we're going to get to that. And then we'll really jump into the RimWorld here. So let me just quickly introduce what we're doing here, and then we're going to get to Addie, and we'll talk about some other stuff we can do now. We can still do all the regular backstage things we can do. I can pull up the wheel if we want. I don't have it ready right at the moment, but if you call in, have something to talk about, have a question, and we'll go from there. This is really just a hangout, super chill Friday night stream. I just want to chill and play RimWorld sort of, and I figured this would be a great way to share with you guys and have a little clubhouse to come in and call and hang out. And I think this might have some potential to have fun. So what we're doing with this game is RimWorld is think of it like The Sims meets Dwarf Fortress, and if that doesn't make any sense, just go ahead and Google it. But it's a city manager RPG kind of mix of a game. You have these little pawns that you start with. There's a scenario. It's like that you like a starting scenario of like, okay, here's how you got here. Here's what you do. The entire goal and the mission of all of this is just to keep these little dudes alive. Right. So we have 3 little dudes to start. Let me preface this by saying I have a couple Star Wars mods installed, so that's going to make things fun and interesting, right? So there's the Force, there's different Star Wars creatures, all sorts of jazz. And what we are doing, we have 3 starting characters. We're going to add to this as time goes on. People get added to your quote unquote colony. It's just what they call it in the game. Don't love the game, so we'll call it our town. People get added to your town as you go on through all sorts of different means, and so we will name them after whoever you guys say in the chat you want them to be named after, right? So we'll go through We'll go through whatever it is, right? So right now we're starting with Ben, producer Stan, and our Wookiee friend named Little. So those are our 3 starting characters, so to speak. So as we go through them, these characters all have bios and backstories. This is very kind of like story driven. What's great about this game is it just kind of happens. I don't necessarily, as the player, control what they do all the time. You assign them things to do, and the characters automatically do stuff based on priority, based on their skill level, what they like, what they don't like, and they interact with each other socially. All hell can break loose. This is either going to last like a really long time where we can just go back to it as much as we want, or this is going to completely go down in flames within the next hour and a half, and everyone's going to die. Okay? So who knows? You just don't know. Or it'll go great for a week and then catastrophe will happen. So that's just kind of how this game goes. So, but anyway, it's just kind of a vehicle just to kind of have to hang out with. So I'm not just staring at my camera on my screen all night, having folks call in. So that we just have like that third kind of like distraction to do stuff. So anyway, so that's the idea. So I'll get started here in just a moment. But I do want to get Addy on, and I want to see if we can get the call thing working here. So Addy, if you're ready, if you can give me a thumbs up, I'm going to unmute you on my side, and we're going to see what happens. So I apologize. If anyone's watching this later on, you can probably, I'll see if I can do something to like skip through stuff so that you don't have to watch all like the tech issues, but we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. Addy, are you ready to go? Are you ready with your Swift report? Excellent. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
There you are. How are you?
Hello.
I'm good. I'm gonna mute this.
Yes. Definitely mute your stream. Yeah, definitely. You definitely want to mute your stream.
Hold on.
You're good. You're good.
I am tech savvy.
All right. I think we've got this figured. Wow, this was a great little tech intro. Okay, you hear me good?
Yes, I had to find the speakerphone button.
Ah, love that.
On my phone.
That'll do it. That'll do it. So, okay, we're here.
I don't know how to use Discord on the computer.
I know. Well, that's what I usually do all the time, and that's like honestly, that would be the easiest way to do the call thing is Discord, because it's bang easy. Like I can go in and out on all of that, right? Now Addie's very low on stream. Okay, I can thank you. She'll be better now. I just turned that up.
But it was very bizarre, Steve, because I could hear the game. I can hear the game on that call page, but I cannot hear a word you are saying.
See, it's because it's all like a sound settings thing. So I'm using OBS, which is just routing the microphone and the different sound things all into one stream to YouTube. So I just have like a sound mixer that I'm mixing a bunch of stuff. So I have that specific mic going the wrong way. Thank you guys. Sounds good now. Okay, good. So we're at a good level here. Right at 4. Okay, cool. So we're good there. Addy, we can hear Addy just fine. So that's what we're gonna do for the calls tonight. We're gonna do this with We're going to do this with Discord. I'm doing this in the middle. We're going to check in on LaserWorld, actually. That's a fantastic idea. Let me write that down. We'll check in on LaserWorld's flight at some point. Yeah, sometimes we do Friday night streams competing with Laser. I apologize. I usually do check in on him and say hello. But anyways, Addie said she's going to fall asleep at some point here soon. So I want to get to your Swift report, Addie. You said you had some fun things to update us on. And I also had a question I wanted to ask you from earlier today that we never got to. That at this point, this joke might be running dry, but I think it's important to get your input. So go ahead and tell us what we have for Swift.
15-minute nap just for you.
Oh, that's adorable.
The Rays scoring 6 runs.
Wow.
7-5 lead against the Mets.
Okay.
So.
Well, that's a big deal. The Mets are good.
You're welcome.
Wow, thank you for that. Okay, so that means the Swift news is good, right?
I don't know. In our ongoing, we'll start with that. I also have an inappropriate joke to tell you from my call from the Blathering last night.
Okay. Yes, you did. You mentioned that. Okay, so let's.
Where would you like to start, Steve?
Let's start with Swift because that's what we tease the people. Because I think that also has the less of a chance of going completely off the rails like the other stuff.
That's fair. So, we all might be, as the audience might remember from the last 2 Swift reports, Taylor Swift teased some things a couple weeks ago. People thought new albums were coming. People thought re-records were coming. Turned out that she had bought back the rights to all of her music. Producer Steve got tricked by the internet into thinking that she was calling us all home with her Dark Mark bracelets. Now, in the pantheon of Swift lore and Swift Easter eggs and people continuing to insist that her 12th studio album is coming, remember there were 12 eyes in the letter announcing that she bought back her masters and everything like that. The letter has been taken down from her website after 12 days.
Of course. When was this? What day? When did this happen?
2 days ago.
So this is absolutely a new development. Okay. So what does this mean, Addie? What does this mean in the grand scheme of things?
Honestly, I think it means that she likes to toy with us. I think it means that
she's a sociopath.
I think it means that she knows what she does and she gets off on it. I think that's what it means.
Right. That's fair. That makes sense. And that doesn't surprise me at all. I think so. Or is this her just...
That's what she and Travis were laughing at last night at the hockey game.
That's the other thing I wanted to ask you. So that kind of went like semi-viral today. The whole, Travis showing something Taylor on her phone and her kind of giggling and laughing at each other's ear, and everyone thought that was hilarious. And so I saw a bunch of Blue Sky posts of people like, posting memes about like what they were showing each other on the phone. So does this have anything to do, does this grand conspiracy thing have anything to do with the recent like album news and the new kind of like music autonomy that she's got and everything? Like is she waiting for some other big event to happen so she can steal the thunder and announce an album like she did with, what was it, like the Grammys or something last year? Like what's the end game here?
I don't know. Personally, I don't know. I don't know what they were looking at, but I get a kick out of the idea that they were either looking at all of the people going nuts that she took it down after 12 days, or that they were looking at all of the Chads tweeting that they were mad that she was back on the television screens and they thought they wouldn't have to deal with her again until football season started.
Right, of course.
I saw a number of legitimate posts of people upset that she was invading hockey now.
God forbid you go to a hockey game. I mean, it is funny that they're at the Panthers game. Like, I don't really know the connection there because it's the Panthers and the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers. But hey, rich people, billionaires are gonna do billionaire things, right? Right, Addie?
Billionaire's gonna billionaire. I do think she has some like friends in Florida, so it's entirely possible that like she just went to a game.
Right. Yeah, just casually went to a Stanley Cup final game. You know what I mean? Just like decided, oh, we're in Florida. We'll catch a game while we're here, even though it just happens to be, the Stanley Cup Finals.
I mean,
NBD.
They also
it's great.
Showed up at, oh gosh, was it Wimbledon?
That's the one in England. Wimbledon. Was it England?
That.
I know, but like where I wasn't trying to do that guy, but
I don't remember.
you don't remember where the location was? Okay. Oh. Okay.
It might have been the U.S. Open. I don't know.
Well, the French Open like just ended, so it probably wasn't that. But anyway, but yeah, so they like dropping in on their sports.
Producing.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You're doing some. Yeah. See, it's easier when you're not on camera too, because then you don't have as much pressure.
The U.S. Open in September.
That's neat. It's in New York, so that's makes sense. It's easy.
You know, let the girl go to whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Is this your burning
Absolutely.
question, or do you have a different question?
Oh no, the other question was not Taylor Swift related at all. But was this everything for Swift? Okay. Was this so I got by the internet. So the moral of the story, folks, is I got by the internet, right? The bracelet thing was a false alarm, and the 12i mystery continues. She's still toying with us, and yeah. So we just don't. Okay. So what are there any 12 marker stones coming up or 12 milestones coming up in the next few weeks or anything like that? Anything 12 related? I mean, yesterday was the 12th, so that kind of already happened.
Well, so the hilarious thing though with this is, Steve, is that like the 12th studio album will eventually come unless she just stops making music.
Right. Of course. Which is not going to happen, like, I'm sure.
It's not like these people are going to be right eventually.
Right. Oh yeah, it's the opposite of all the other conspiracy. It's right, exactly. They're going to be right eventually, and they're totally going to take credit when it happens.
So, I mean, today was the first Taylor Swift day that she owned all of her music, because it's the 13th of the month, and she famously is a huge fan of the number 13.
Hold on a second. So Taylor Swift just gets every 13th of the month is Taylor Swift Day of the month? That's absurd. You pick one. Pick a month. You don't get every month.
What Instagram implied today. That was a new one for me.
That's a little all right. Pump the brakes, Swifties. You pick a month and you can have the 13th, but you don't get to pick. You don't get every 13th of the month. That's crazy.
Not unless it's specifically June 13th, because June 13th would be her half birthday.
Okay. Was she born on the so she was born on December 13th? So why can't she just have her birthday? Why do we need other anyway, I'm not going to win this argument, let's be honest.
Because millennials like celebrating their birthday all times of year, Steve.
I know, that is true. We have too many milestones. We do. Millennials have way too many milestones to celebrate. And I think it has to do with a lot of trauma of needing something to look forward to. So we celebrate things like half birthdays, things like silly things like relationships that aren't actual, I don't get me started on people who have anniversaries who aren't like actually married or anything like that. I think those kinds of things are silly. But yeah, quarter life crises that start at 20, not, actual quarter life. But yeah, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. We're dealing with a lot, but we'll get through it. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. Okay, so I appreciate the Swift update. So Taylor's okay. Here's my other question. So this was related to what I asked Ken last night. I didn't get to ask you. I asked Alden today on Anytime because I gave him $5 for it. How many chugga chuggas before you choo choo?
Choo-choo.
So was that 6 or 8? That was a lot. That sounded like a lot of chuggas.
Chugga, 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 chugga. It's 8.
I think that was 8. Yep. So you're a lawn chugga chugga person like me. Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. You need the build up, right? You got to get like.
Yeah, you got to get going, man.
Yeah. The choo choo needs to really to land, and that's important. So awesome. Well, that was my big burning question. So.
I like that. I caught up on Anytime earlier before this game started, so I understand that reference. To quote
there you go.
America, I understood that reference.
There you go. See, that's what it's all about. So you got to watch everything, folks. You got to be everywhere as much as you can. Support the boys.
Would you like to hear my terrible, dirty joke before I go?
Send us off the right way. Stick the landing.
Okay. So yesterday.
Hold on, I gotta actually.
For Kristen Cole.
Sorry. Yeah.
Who the audience from last night's Blathering will remember is the name of my instrument.
Yes, of course.
My scientific instrument.
Yes, we clarified scientific instrument, Kristen Cole. Yes, okay. I'm a little worried where this is going, but please continue.
And yesterday, on Sir Kristen Cole, I discovered a new hole to clean. But
Jesus.
Anyway, okay.
That was all you had? Yeah.
literally true.
It's not bad though. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
But like, it just sounds really bad when you say it.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's yeah.
I did not want to type that into the chat yesterday after I forgot to say it out loud.
You didn't want a paper trail of that? You didn't want that like in your Yeah, that's fair. Oh man. Well, way to that's what the backstage is for, Addie. You can try out your dirty jokes here if you don't feel quite comfortable bringing them to the big show. So, I appreciate you sticking with me through our tech issues. Sorry for all of that, but I appreciate you being a willing and able guinea pig. You did a great job.
Always.
Why do we call them guinea pigs?
All your tech issues on me, Steve. Probably because you don't want to call them lab rats.
Yeah. Okay. Touche. Yeah. That was quick. No, I
do scientific experiments on a guinea pig.
No, that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. I probably should have figured that out, but yeah, you're right. All right. Well, Addie, again, thank you. That's why we're here. I'm so disappointed because I really thought I had that working. I had a little test going yesterday and it was working well. So I pooched something on the settings, setting up today, obviously. So we'll go back in the laboratory and we'll try again. So I want to break free from those StreamYard shackles where I don't have to worry about paying money for shit. So yeah. Anyway.
That's fair.
Anyway, so we're gonna get Brady in here in a moment and talk some basketball. He's gonna run me through the first half of the basketball game that I did not get to watch, and he's gonna tell us why it's exciting. It's actually like been a good game after considering everything that we thought happened after game one. This series is turning into a real good one. So Addie, thank you for being here. Thank you for yeah.
My coworker says that whoever wins tonight is going to win.
We'll have to ask Brady if he feels the same way. That's such a cliche sports radio thing to say. Just because I think it's 2-1. Like it's not like it's like some crazy margin, but I love it.
It was really funny, Steve. When he said that, I got very confused. I was like, "You just said that it's 2-1. Whoever wins tonight is not going to win."
Yeah, that's the whole bit.
I was taking what he said very literally.
Right.
I was just like,
it's okay. We try. Anyway, all right. Here's what we're gonna do.
Well, I'm gonna watch. It's the bottom of the 8th.
Yep.
We're still up 7-5.
Okay, against the Mets. That's tough. The Mets are good.
Hopefully, watch my boys take this home because they lost spectacularly to the White Sox or Red Sox 2 in a row.
Ooh.
And I can't keep having this.
Oh, I'm sorry. If it makes you feel any better, my Reds are just a game over 500, and I think they lost tonight, so they're back to 500. So, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna be going to see your Reds in a couple weeks, Steve.
That's exciting. At the Little League field?
No, at PNC.
Oh, that's cool. Nice. Very cool.
I'm a Cincinnati girl. Do we know this?
No, we haven't talked about this before. So why are you a Rays fan?
I am also originally from Cincinnati.
So then why are you a Rays fan?
Because I was living in Tampa when the Rays formed.
Okay, fair. That's fair. You don't have to defend yourself. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's fair. That's okay. I believe you.
My father, though, is a huge Cincinnati Reds fan.
So he understands my pain. So he understands my pain. He gets it.
Oh, he does. He
gets it.
He does. I also understand your pain because the Rays usually suck too. And sometimes, despite being like the third best team in baseball, don't make it to the playoffs because they're in a really tough league. But
yeah, well, you got to play the Red Sox and the Yankees all day, and now the Orioles are good. So what the hell are you supposed to do, right? So, well, actually, I don't know how good the Orioles are this year, but they've been better.
The Rays are going to Cincinnati.
Oh. Okay.
So,
cool.
At the end of July.
End of July. Okay. Well, we'll have to talk. We'll talk plenty of shit then, I'm sure.
Of course. We'll not be friends for a week. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll be all right. I'm sure it'll be between some shows anyway, so we won't be at each other's throats too much. With that being said, Addie, I appreciate your what?
Sorry.
Oh,
Okay,
God, goodness gracious! Hey, we can't get live reactions to things. We don't have the rights to the MLB. I'm going to get sued, Addie. This is without the express written consent of Major League Baseball.
I didn't describe what was happening.
I appreciate your enthusiasm.
Description of the game.
Thank you for the Swift report. Thank you for your jokes. Thank you for Christian Cole. We appreciate all of it. I am going to bring Addie, or not Addie, you're Addie. I'm going to bring Brady on here to talk a little bit about basketball and get to this game. Sound good?
You should do that.
All right. Thanks for hanging out.
I'm really curious about this game.
Well, it's gonna. I'm gonna explain as much as I can. Toodaloo. All right, Brady, if you are ready to go, I'm gonna give you a call, my friend. And I wasn't ready to do Discord calls this evening. Usually, I can get out like the Discord like beepy deep call, but I don't have it tonight, so I'm calling our boy Brady live on the line. Sir.
Hello.
Brady, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. You sound terrific. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, and thanks for having me.
So I haven't watched any of the first half of the basketball game, so I want you to do this fast, Brady. Can you, Brady sounds low, Addie says. I can turn him up. Do you think you can explain this basketball game to me in 20 seconds or less?
Okay, so the Pacers have a 2-point lead going into the half. It's a high-scoring game. I believe they're both in the 60s. To start, the Pacers basically were stomping the Thunder. The Thunder needed to win this game because they're down 1-2
Okay.
in the series.
Okay.
And they just came out completely flat. They were turning the ball over. The Pacers were shooting like 80% from three. So they had to call a quick timeout. Mark Dagnall, their coach, probably gave him a good shouting like, "Hey, we got to win this game." And then after the timeout, they went on an immediate 9-0 run. They have a guy named Alex Caruso, former Laker.
Yeah.
His nickname is the Bald Eagle. I've been saying, yeah, he plays like that. You know, whenever
I'm familiar with Caruso.
Sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I've been saying that he should probably start soon or like right now. This is the adjustment to make because every time he's on defense, he just makes things happen. He'll get the steals. He's like one of the best defensive playmakers. And so once he went into the game, they went on an immediate 9-0 run. And the game is back to even. And into the second quarter, the Thunder actually took control of the game. They got a lot of good calls on their end. I think they had a 4-point swing. They had a flagrant called on the Pacers, and they ended up having a 4-point possession, and they won up like I think as much as 5 points. It's still a close game, but it feels a lot in like because this is basically a tied game.
Yeah.
But you know the Pacers, they do what the Pacers do, and to close the quarter, they just turned the Oklahoma City Thunder over, and they just get stops,
Right.
And they make their damn threes, and it's after watching this first half, I can see the Pacers winning it all. Like
really, just from okay, because that is a departure from what we saw after game one in this series, or no, I'm sorry, after it was game two, because the Pacers won game one kind of surprisingly, came back and won, and then in game two that's where the Thunder really kind of asserted themselves, and people thought, oh, okay, here's how the series is really going to go. Goes back to Indiana. Indiana defends home court, and now we're seeing, okay, but to be fair, Indiana should be winning the home games. If it's a close game, I don't think that's bad for the Thunder. I mean, it's a 3-point game right now. The third quarter just started. No, I think you're right, but I think who wins tonight is going to give us a great indication. But I'm not going to go with like what Addie's cliche coworker said and said whoever wins tonight wins the series. I think Game 6 and Game 7 matter, especially where they're played, and the fact that Indiana's winning the home games is a big deal. They did a good job at winning a game on the road, but get like stealing Game 1. But I just that Thunder team from Game 2 is still out there, and they might, I can see that being like kind of the end of the series. But I don't think the Pacers are going to go out quiet. If Halliburton keeps doing Halliburton type things, they can stay alive. But it's so hard to do that over a whole series, especially when your supporting cast isn't like full of all stars the way the Pacers are. So
Yeah. No,
anyway,
that's the thing though, that he's been doing this stuff for like the entire playoffs, and it does not seem to be ending.
right?
And I think if we and they got the Pacers turned the Thunder over again, which yeah, the Pacers are the Thunder are getting their own medicine. I tasted their own medicine. They're just getting turned over a lot right now.
Yeah.
And that's what the Thunder did. They turn over their opponents.
So, I appreciate the basketball update, Brady. If you had anything else, I'm more than happy to hear it. Or if you had any other questions or anything, but if not, I will. You're welcome to hang if you want, and if you want to ask any questions about the game here. But I think I'm going to get into the RimWorld here a little bit and tell folks about the story and what we've got going on here. Sound good?
Yeah. I don't want to keep you away from the game.
Oh no, you're not keeping me from anything. I mean, if you're welcome, this is the whole point. People can, again, for tonight, since the call thing didn't work the way I wanted it to. Hey, this is why we're here. We're testing stuff out. This is what this place is for. But if you guys are in the Discord, you can ping me on Discord, and I will bring you on. Happy to hang out. So, so that is the catch for this evening. So kind of the same stipulations as the regular show, but you can just ping me on Discord, and I'll bring you guys in here. So if you have any questions, please feel free to call in and hang out. But yeah, I'm gonna introduce the game here. We're gonna get ourselves started here. I'm gonna try to put in like a solid like hour-ish, I think, into the game, because I think I want to try to break these out into like hour episodes if I can, depending on if the playthrough is any good. But yeah, I'm excited to show you guys what this is about. So Brady, I appreciate your time, dude. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. Hope you hang out. Alrighty, so thank you for joining us, Brady. I am going to get back into the game here while I'm distracted by the basketball though, because that is a good game. So we'll check in on that after the third quarter is over. So here we go, back to RimWorld. Thank you for joining me. If you guys are hanging out live, if you're watching later on, hopefully you skipped through all the technical issues, but we're here now. Here's what we're gonna do. This is RimWorld. Like I said a little bit before, this is like a city management game with these little sims, little dudes. They're called pawns in this game. You don't manually control them outside of very select scenarios. You assign them tasks, and they are good at certain things, and they like certain things. And then they do those things based on priorities and needs, and all that kind of stuff, right? So the idea of the game is to survive, first of all, but the setting of the game is essentially right before we started here, our three little dudes landed in these like escape pods. So the story behind the game is that your little dudes, your three little guys here, are crash landed from some ship that was up in space, and it crash landed on this planet, and now they have to survive basically. And so we've also added some Star Wars mods in here to add a little Star Wars flavor to it. To have fun with that. But the idea here is, and one of the fun things to play this game live on stream is that you add people to your colony as you go. And so if anyone has people that would like to be in the game, you just let me know, and we can put a little list up here of folks who kind of want to have their little dudes named after them or something. So as you can see here, to start out, we've got Ben Blather is our first person here. His social status, you can tell he is a 49-year-old male. He was a story writer as a child and a streamer as an adult. He has a great memory, and he is force sensitive. He's good at melee fighting. He's good with animals. He's artistic. He's very social, and he's intellectual. But he's not a good doctor. He's not great with plants. He's not very good with cooking. He sucks at mining. Not a very good builder, and not a great shooter. So he's better with his hands than with a gun. And then as for our second person here, we have Producer Stan. Producer Stan is a 34-year-old video gamer from his childhood, and he's an adult. He is a spaceship salesman. He is also force sensitive, and he's a quick sleeper, so he doesn't need a lot of sleep. He likes to build shit and cook, but he's not good at pretty much anything else except being social with Little and with Ben Blather here. And he likes to think he's smart, but seven's not too much. Bit of a pussy. Can't really shoot, can't really fight. But hey, you know, sometimes you need brains of the operation. And then for our third character here, we have Little, who is the Wookiee farmer. He is a 79-year-old Wookiee farmer. He is a blacksmith's son, and now in his later years, he was a livestock farmer. He is also force sensitive. He's a fighter. He's a hard worker. He's a real good melee fighter. He is a Wookiee after all, so that's not surprising. He's quite the artiste not artistic, crafter. He's good with his hands, and he likes animals, being a livestock farmer. So that's our buddy Little, our Wookiee friend. And yeah, Brady mentions so this is like a mixture of Minecraft, Stardew, and space. Yes, well, there's not really space, honestly. You just kind of come from space. There's no space stuff involved. The best way to describe it is, yeah, it's like, because there's farming, so that's a big element of it. It's Stardew Valley. It's Sims and Dwarf Fortress, where like the management and kind of automation stuff is. Or if you've ever played like Prison Architect or games like that, it's kind of like that. Or like Factorio to a sense, just in the way that like you manage stuff. You're not like clicking everything for everything to happen. So that's what's going to happen. So I have the game paused right now, so I'm not doing anything because I'm kind of explaining shit. So basically I have all these tabs down here where I can assign these guys to do things and just do shit, right? So if I zoom out, we can kind of see the map that we're on. So this is kind of the area we have to live on. It's pretty big when you consider how little these dudes are. And then if you like look out on the world, you can see that there's a whole world out here, and all these little icons you see are like other factions. So you see there's a rebel faction, there's a Galactic Empire faction, and some other like default ones. So these are all like other like colonies that you can interact with and stuff. Oh shit, I gotta make sure I didn't lose mine. We're on the water somewhere. Oh no, did I get lost? No, it's right here. There we go. So anyway, so you can go to other blocks. So this isn't like the only like quote unquote map you would see. This game can get super deep. So I don't want to bore you guys with just talking over it the whole time. So I do want to start. So I'm gonna hit play here, and basically I'm gonna start building, like putting up like blueprints for walls. And once they have materials in a place that they know they have materials, you essentially put an area as your inventory. They will put the stuff in the inventory and then recognize, oh, I have 5 wood. So if I have 5 wood, I can build X thing. So the whole game logic is just like, my priority is this. I have the ability and the inventory to do this. Match them all up as much as possible to get things going. But the cool thing about the game is it just throws all sorts of shit at you at random all the time, like constantly, right? So, you know, NPCs will come from off the map and attack you and raid you, or there'll be some kind of natural disaster, or some animals will go wild, or Ben Blather will get really pissed off at Producer Stan and start beating the shit out of him, or Little will try to eat Ben, or, you know, one of the pigs will go mad, something like that, right? So all sorts of crazy shit can happen. So like I said, this game can either last a really long time if I'm somewhat successful in keeping everyone alive, or it could end in like 30 minutes because like a group of cannibals come by and just murder all of us. So that's where this game has potential to be kind of fun with all of that. So anyway, that's where we're at. So yeah, there is farming. There is farming. I mean, I'm Krennic's not wrong, but I'm not a man of Krennic's intellect, sure, or definitely not Galen Urso's for sure. But he's, you know, he had to do what he could to manage. But anyway, so let's look at the map really quick. So the first thing we're gonna do when you get in here is I pause the game and kind of assess where we're at. So you start with all these supplies. I skip the whole setup of the game because that takes like an hour itself, and that's super boring for no one who's ever seen it. So, you know, your escape pods basically had some shit in them to start. These little yellow squares here, these are meals, and if you zoom in enough, I mean, it might be hard to see on the stream, but there's numbers underneath things, so you can see like each of these little blocks is 10 meals. So I have, you know, X amount of food that they'll be able to get by with, and then there's some other like supplies and stuff here. Like I mentioned, we have some Star Wars mods enabled. There's a Wookiee. A couple of these characters are force sensitive. there is one lightsaber. So 3 people, one lightsaber. And by the way, none of these 3 people know they're Force sensitive yet. So that's going to be part of the fun to it. So, Will McClain asks, is this an online game? Technically, this is a single player game. There is a mod to make it multiplayer. So I play this game with my friends often. Where like 2, 3 of, you can have, I think, up to like 6 people in a lobby. But the only difference is just you're all controlling the same shit at the same time, basically. So there's just like 2 or 3 mouses. There's 2 or 3 mice on screen, and it just has my name under my cursor, so I can select stuff while someone else does something, and then we basically just have to collaborate on when to pause the game, when to play the game, when to speed the game up. And anyone can do it, but you basically just be like, all right, you guys ready to hit play, or are you ready to like speed up or fast forward, or blah 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 blah. So anyway, that's just answer some questions. Murder ending, calling it. God damn it, I gotta get the chat thing fixed so I can see that. Yeah, no, Addie's absolutely right. There might be some murder. I mean, I don't know if these 3 will murder each other, but people will show up that try to murder us. And so I hit start like right away, and right off the bat, I'm already getting a notification that there is rebellion. So you guys can't see all the way on my screen because my screen's way too wide. But on the right side, there is a like little notifications list. You're not really missing anything important, but it's why when I go over here, you can kind of see my screen like turning red. So I'm going to hit this, and you will then see my little message pop up. We've received a transmission from the Rebel Alliance. Oh, okay. This is not what I thought. Okay. It is the Declaration of Rebellion. The Rebel Alliance, on behalf of the free beings of the galaxy, have solemnly published and declared their intentions. I didn't go to college or anything. The Rebel Alliance will fight and oppose the Galactic Empire, refuse law contrary to the rights of free beings, bring about the destruction of the Galactic Empire, make forever free all beings in the galaxy. To these ends, the Rebel Alliance have pledged their property, honor, and lives. Infighting may occur on your territory. Okay. So, we're a neutral faction. We're just the 3 dudes. We're not like good or with anybody. Good, bad, however. So this is just a message telling us, hey, the Rebel Alliance is in rebellion. They're basically at war with the Empire faction, and it's saying those 2 factions might meet up in your space here, your little block, and start fighting each other. So watch out. I think we're neutral with the Empire too. So if we run into either of them, they won't just openly shoot us, which is good. But the times that I've played this, it's fun to have the Empire kind of like walk through if they're just like trading and shit, because if you get to the point where you can like fuck them up, they have such good like blasters and shit. But they're always like rolling like 5-10 dudes deep, and it can be really hard to like take them out. So this game gets fucking diabolical. Anyway. Yeah, Rebel Alliance, eminent domain. That's exactly. So we're scoundrels. Yeah, we are. Brady, it's a good point. We're kind of scoundrels right now. We're nobody right now. We're kind of just these wandering refugees. And so as the game goes, we can like start our own faction and kind of have our own ideology. As our little settlement gets bigger, they'll ask us like what to name it and stuff. All that jazz. There's different modules for this game too. They're like DLCs that are like add religion and like different culture things and all sorts of different mechanics. I have a lot of that stuff turned off for now just because I just wanted to kind of do the regular game, be super chill, have the Star Wars mod on for some flavor and fun, and go from there. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking because I'm going to actually play the game here and get us going. So before I unpause, I'm just going to start making some walls. It's going to tell me, oh, you don't have any wood, blah, blah, blah. Too bad. But we got to start making some spots. So looking at this map, the first thing I want to do is figure out, okay, where are we going to build like our base? Where are these dudes going to live? Luckily, this map has a river like kind of in the middle of it. And so we can sort of use that to our advantage. You can cross the river, but it really slows you down. So especially if it's like a little bit deeper where you see the water's a little more blue. So you want to build somewhere that's like, so I'm really kind of thinking like right in here is nice because there's a lot of like rock here to block stuff off. The thing I don't like though is one of the elements in this game is like there's like ancient ruins and shit, as you can see here. Like these all look like ruins. If you this is supposed to be essentially like a hill or a mountain, right? Because the world is just, it's not like 3D in that sense. But you can see these look like organized walls. So that means this is like there's like some kind of crypt or like a dungeon or something essentially. So I don't want to live too close to this because my idiot colonists will just like pickaxe into that one day, like looking for rocks and then unleash like ghosts or demons and shit and we'll all die. So we want to avoid that at least too soon. And this soil here that is like darker than the rest of it is fertile. It's better than like regular soil, so I kind of want to be close to that for our farm. Plot of the Mummy right there. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. We're gonna go down here. We're gonna no, we're gonna hang right here. We're in a good spot. We have a geothermal vent right there. In the long run, we'll be able to use that for power. We've got good soil right here. We've got a decent little rock face. We have a river to the south, so we're gonna hang right here. So yeah, we're gonna first make an inventory zone so that our people have a place to put shit. That's kind of step one. So I'm gonna do that up here. Make a grid, boom, storage. And you can say, okay, here's what's allowed to go in there. I don't want anything rotten in there. And I don't want any food in there. So that'll be inventory shit that isn't food. And then we're just going to make another one right next to it. Stockpile zone. Boom. And we'll make that one clear all except for food and not rotten. So now this is just going to allow fresh food. So now we got two areas where we will put shit. We're going to need beds. We're going to need to equip people with stuff. So producer Stan, you get the revolver. Ben, you can have the bolt action rifle, and Little gets the knife. And then we're going to hit play, and our dude's going to start moving and do stuff. And then they're just going to start prioritizing putting the shit into the containers because they literally don't have anything else to do, and that's essentially how this works. This might make me really want to Star Wars Sing. I know, right, dude? You're not kidding. I've been wanting to play the Star Wars Starfield mod. Apparently, is getting really good, so that's got me interested too. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do while these guys are just cleaning the stuff up is this is like one of the most important things here. I'm gonna hit manual priorities. This is where you set the stuff to do. So all of these things here, you guys can't even see what I'm doing because it's over on the left side of the screen. Anyway, it's a menu where you just kind of set priorities on. Do this before you do that. Do this before you do that. Do this before you do that. So it's just one of the things you can set up kind of to get people established so that essentially you're telling them, okay, if something's on fire, put the fire out before literally anything else. If you're dying, save your life before you do anything else. If someone else is dying, save their life before you do anything else. Then if there's no food, cook the food, right? So we're just going down you basically just prioritize their list of things they have to do to survive until you get to the nitty gritty stuff. So, and you base what, your priorities on, you kind of balance it out amongst the people so that the tasks are kind of even so that not everyone's doing the same thing all the time, or at least everyone has one thing or specialty. But their skills determine how good they are at that stuff. And sometimes they can't even do anything. For example, our poor Wookiee can't even do any art because he's so bad at art. His skill is 0, according to this little window that you guys can't see because it's too far over here. But I'm just going to set these up while these guys do the inventory. Oh, Ben likes to be a warden. That's interesting. And he's a big handler, so Ben is gonna be our warden, and he's also Little's also a big farmer, so he's gonna be a good farmer too. Producer Steve is gonna be the cook, and the construction guy. We're all gonna grow. Everyone but Ben is gonna mine stuff. Just getting some of this set up here, and then boom. Okay, so we got some priority steps. So now they're not just complete idiots. They will now take care of themselves in a manner that will hopefully allow them to not die immediately. So now that we've got 2 inventory things here, so now we can see we have wood in our inventory, right? So now I can go to architect, structure, wooden wall, and I can select wood, and I can build a wooden wall for 5 wood. So now we want to kind of we want to build a structure out, right? So I am going to Do that. That makes a blueprint for a wall. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. It's going to say I don't have enough wood. That's fine. We're going to start with a nice big box. Okay. And then we're going to put a couple of doors throughout. That's going to be the start. Okay. And then on the inside of this, we can just start building kind of interiors. So we're going to need, oh fuck, we want to leave that geothermal vent alone for now. We're going to leave that in the open air, I think. So we're going to do a couple of rooms here. I'm not an architect, so hop off. Nice big common room there. We'll do another room here. And we'll put some doors in. So you don't have to give everybody a room, especially early on. I'll take the time to do it because I don't think these dudes are going to rip each other's throats too soon. But you'll notice when I'll show you guys, like once the first night starts, like everyone has a mood. So if I go to this guy, if I go to producer stand, I hit his needs. Damn, you guys can't see that because it's all the way on the side. Basically, everyone has a number of like how happy or how pissed off they are and stuff. And so they will tell you kind of through like alerts and stuff as far as oh shit, I hit fast forward. As far as what, if they're hungry, if they're pissed off about something, if kind of like The Sims, right? Like whenever stuff is happening. So let me actually, I think I'm gonna do a little editing on the screen here. I'm gonna move this over so you guys can see this side of the screen, because in RimWorld this is the more important side anyway. Let's try that. How does that look? Okay, because now when I click on this dude, damn, we're close. We're almost there. Let's do that. There we go. Okay. Boom. Now we can actually see shit. Okay, so this is where we're looking at producer stands like bio here. These are his needs, right? So his force pool is at 51%. That doesn't mean anything right now because he hasn't unlocked the force yet. But his food meter is like okay. He's not too hungry yet. His sleep meter is at half. That's fine. Recreation's fine. So he's not like feeling like he needs to like play or do something fun. Beauty, comfort, outdoors, all these different things impact what your mood is, right? So the low expectations are good. Producer Stan has very low expectations, so that helps his mood be high. Burning passion for his work, that helps. And so really the only bad thing that he's complaining about is he ate without a table. So we can fix that relatively easily. We can build a table. So that's kind of what you're like monitoring, right? Like right now, what is Little doing? He's cloud watching. He's not doing anything of important note. Oh, I gotta hit transition to get that effect over. There we go. Now you guys can see these things. Wait, do these guys reproduce? No. So they do not reproduce. There is not a... Okay, I'm pretty sure there's a mod for that if you want to do that. But no. Not... We don't have to worry about that. We don't need to go there. We're going to focus on survival. That's going to be hard enough. So anyway. Let's see. We're looking at people's needs real quick. A without table, uncomfortable. A without table, uncomfortable. Unsightly environment. A without table, uncomfortable. Okay, so Ben Blather has some higher standards than the rest of us, evidently. Okay, so as you can see, we're running out of wood. We have this one little stack of wood left in our thing. So what I'm going to do now is we can see all these little trees around. I'm going to click on a tree. I'm going to hit B, and it's going to be marked to cut. So all these trees that are in our little area that we made, I'm going to mark to cut. And where kind of plant harvesting or that kind of working is on their priorities, they will cut these trees down. And the other thing I can do to kind of expedite that is show them that I want to designate this area that we built here to not only be our home, actually it's probably going to do that already, but we're going to build roof area. So this is just going to tell them, hey, put a roof over this shit. And it's going to say, oh, you can't build a roof over a tree. So then they will cut the tree down. So that's the idea. So what's great about this game is there's a lot of it is just like once you get it set up and going, a lot of it is just kind of sitting back and not watching necessarily, but you're more just reacting to what there is to do. Yeah, of course, there's a mod for everything, Brady. I promise. There's a mod for absolutely everything. So no surprise there. I swear to God, every time I look back for a score update, the damn game is like looking away. Okay, 76 to 82 in the finals. All right, so it's getting to be nighttime. Ben is reading. Little is cutting the oak tree. Producer Stan is cutting an oak tree. Okay, so at least we're working. That's good. The next thing we're going to do is, just for now, we're going to put some sleeping spots down. So everyone has their own little sleeping spot. Boom. And then we're also going to, at least when we have the wood for it, put a table down so that we're not eating off the damn floor. Oh, we need a bigger table than that. There we go. I think that's going to be our common room area. Alright, so we got those all marked for wood. Those all marked for wood. I'm fixing some of my windows here. There we go. Okay, we have a kitty. Look at that. We have a cat. I didn't realize we had a cat. Oh man, we have a cat. How do you say that name? Goth? Goth is a female kitty, 5 years old. She's tame. Can we train her to do anything? Oh, no, God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Whew, that was close. We marked slaughter. That was scary. Sterilized. No, don't do that either. Medical care, released to the wild. We're not gonna do that. Okay, so we're gonna. I thought there should be a training thing. Maybe you can't train cats to do jack shit. If you have like dogs or like if you tame other animals, you can train them to like do stuff for you. They'll pick up shit for you. They'll do different tasks and stuff, which is pretty cool. Goat, I think, or Goethe. I think that's Goethe. Goethe. I'm gonna need like Google Translate or something to tell me what the fuck that means. Anyway, all right. Let's see here. Let's see here. Still gonna need, and the good thing is you can always like speed shit up with fast forward and make stuff go by really fast. But anyways, while we're playing, still just want to tell everybody thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. You can call in if you want to hang out and have a question, or if you have anything you want to chat about, feel free. Just ping me on Discord. My call thing did not work as well as I would have liked, but what are you gonna do? So we'll get that figured out. We'll work out some more kinks, but I do have the other sound stuff working. You guys can see the game, you can see the chat, like all that jazz. We're gonna perfect that and get that stuff better, but we'll get there. We will get there. Addie says can be pronounced Gotha, but the name is more commonly pronounced Goethe, according to Google. Goethe. There's not even a G in the, or an R. There's definitely a G. There's not even like an R in the name. Anyway, whatever. Where's the kitty? But yeah, what the fuck? Where does the R come from? All right. Anyway, all right. Who does the kitty like the most? Because we're gonna give the kitty a bed near. Oh, here we go. Oh, we can't tame the kitty to do shit. The kitty can't guard. He can't attack. He can't rescue. He can't haul. Cat's useless. All right. Who does he like the most? Rubbed her nose against Little's leg. Gently rubbed her nose against Producer Stan. Snuggled up to Producer Stan. All right, the kitty likes Producer Stan. So we're going to put the sleeping spot for the kitty in Producer Stan's room. Animal sleeping spot. Boom. So now the next time the kitty wakes up and goes to sleep, he'll go to sleep in that little box. Okay. So these dudes are just sleeping on the ground because we don't have jack shit built yet. We have a couple walls built. We got a decent amount of wood, so they should be able to get some stuff done tomorrow. So while they're sleeping, I'm going to basically put like blueprints together of kind of building out the rest of the kind of the base here. So we're gonna start with furniture, and we're gonna start with beds for each of these dudes. They've got doors all into their rooms. That's good. We've got a table that's gonna go there, so we're gonna add some chairs. How the fuck do I? Is it Q&E? There we go. Put some chairs at the table, because again, if they eat at a table without a chair, they're gonna bitch for not having a chair. So we gotta put a chair there. And then we need to have some recreation, so we're gonna put some horseshoes outside. This looks like a good place for horseshoes right by the water. That'll be fun. Okay, so they've got some horseshoes. We'll make a chess table inside too. I bet Little will want to play lots of chess. We'll put some chairs there. Boom, boom. Okay. All right, so we're gonna fast forward because they're just fucking sleeping. Ben has inspired trade. Okay, so if we see any random ass people that we can trade with, Ben is the one to do it because he will get a better deal. Hunter lacks a suitable weapon. Oh, then you don't need to be a hunter, Mr. Little. Oh, you're a good hunter though. That's all right. We'll figure that out. So yeah. So eventually here we're gonna need to figure out food more than what we got because these packaged meals are gonna go away pretty soon. I have to attack those to get rid of it. That's super annoying. So we're gonna clear out this little land here for farmland, for farming, and we're gonna have to hunt for some food in the meantime. Oh, that reminds me, I need to set up our workstations. So we were at the production tab now, so this is where we can build little stations where the guys will do stuff. We can assign them tasks where they will do things. So the first station we're going to build is a butcher table so that homies can butcher the stuff we need, and then we're going to make a fueled stove because we can put wood in that to cook the food. I'm going to put a door here so they don't have to go around this damn thing all the time. Okay, so we got food started. We have roofs and beds and basic furniture started. As far as production stuff goes, we're okay for now. We're eventually going to need a research bench. Research bench is essentially like if you've ever played Civ. It's like your research score. There is a research tab here where we can... It's like a tech tree, right? So all the things you see here are things we already know or have, I believe. Yeah, so all the stuff you see in blue is stuff that like you get by default. So you already know how to, use electricity. I mean, you can make this as hard as you want, but by default, these are the things it gives you to start with. So passive cooler, stone cutting, furniture, clothing, electricity. But if I want to start being able to make drugs, I have to research it. And it takes 500 research points. The amount of research points you have depends on how long one of your little dudes sits at a research bench and how smart he is. So this game gets like super granular. But like I said, a lot of fun to just chill and chat and hang out. That's the idea. So I'm so glad we're still talking about the sound of how the cat's name is pronounced. I'm glad that's an important conversation. It's a very important conversation. Where is my little chat window? Okay, there we go. I'm gonna put that there instead. Dig it. Okay. So, yeah, we went from farming to making drugs. Wow, Addy. Yes, this game is not. I wouldn't say this is wholesome necessarily. We're gonna go back to play since these guys are awake. For example, like you can. It gets bad. Like, let's say our Wookiee friend Little here was hurt. If he was on an operating table, you can add a bill to just harvest organs, remove things, install a denture. If you have different prosthetics, you can make people cyborgs essentially, give them a metal leg. So if we wanted to, we could essentially make like a mecha Wookiee over time. Hold on, I'm gonna write that down. That doesn't sound like a terrible idea. Because the late game enemies do get kind of hard, so. Okay. So yeah, drugs to farming. Yeah, that's gonna. They were poppy farms all on. No, so okay, you can grow illicit substances. I don't think I have the knowledge yet because I haven't unlocked the drug lab. But the only stuff you can do, it's like the equivalent of like weed, I guess. It's not like crazy stuff. because you can sell it to other like factions and stuff. It's a way of getting money. Yeah, this is I'm not helping my argument here. This really is just leaning more towards drugs. But the farming is mostly wholesome. I promise. It is mostly wholesome. Let's see. The farm is going to be like the last thing I think we end up getting to here to get set up. Can we pull the center toward the left so we can see them more? Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. See, I have it more towards like, so the menus are like all the way on the left. So I'll just try to like kind of play more on the left side here, which is totally fine. I'll use the center of the screen more here. But I think the chat is like right over. So if my mouse is like right up here, right where Ben is, where does that show up on the thing? Okay, that's pretty far off. Okay, that's okay. There's nothing in the middle. You guys see all the important stuff happens in the left corner of the screen, as far as like the menus and the stuff that that you see. Unless there's some of the middle stuff, but I can fix that for next time. One of the things I can do is I can grab the corner of my screen here, and I'll be able to move that stuff over in a different window. That will all be visible. So I'll do that next time. So good feedback. Thank you. Okay, they need to hurry the fuck up and cut more trees down. This is taking too damn long. Come on, fellas. Like, what are we doing? Producer stand, cutting oak tree. Gathering revolver. That's fine. Get the gun off the ground. Hauling wood. Okay. All right. Let's just speed up, folks. Let's get it moving. So there are seasons right now. It is looking over on the total right side of my screen. It is April, May. So I think there's only like 4 months or whatever, but they combine a bunch of stuff. Yeah, 4 months: spring, summer, fall, winter. The climate that we're at, I think, on this part of the planet, if I zoom all the way out. This is kind of like, we're like right here. So this is like middle of the planet basically. So we're looking at average temperature 54 degrees, 28 to 81. So it's not going to get crazy. It will eventually snow and stuff, but it shouldn't be like too hot where shit gets crazy. Depending on the climate in here, like regulating temperature and stuff can be a big deal, especially once you have food. So right now our food will go bad. It's deteriorating 0.13 a day. The survival meals are packaged, so luckily they stay better for a little while. Once we get doors and roofs and stuff up, things last a little bit longer once they're indoors technically. And then the next thing we'll do is kind of wall this off. We'll wall off this like inventory area here, and that we'll make it like a fridge, because then I replace one of these wall tiles with an air conditioner, have the cold end pointing in, crank that bad boy up, and then boom, you have an air conditioner. That's the kind of shit you do in this game. It's great. Is he going to sleep already? God, producer stand, we need more wood, dog. You're not going to bed until you've harvested all those trees. Okay. Speed that bad boy up a bit. So yeah, you can go up to 3 times speed, and that makes it significantly faster as far as like waiting for all the boring shit to happen. So, but the beginning of the game is fun, because this is like where we're doing the planning. This is where we're figuring out like, okay, what the fuck are we gonna do? How are we gonna do this? And the game is usually kind of nice about not trying to kill you like right off the bat. Imagine if they added a Death Star to this mod. So I don't know if there's a Death Star per se, but I think that is part of like. So the whole goal of the game, the way you win the game, is you progress through your research tree long enough. If you've ever played Subnautica, it's kind of similar to Subnautica in that regard. You progress to the point where you can build a starship. And once you can build all the starship parts, that's like the end game. The end game is building the starship parts, putting them together, launching the starship. Yay, you got off the planet. You win. So that is the end goal. But it takes a hell of a long time to get there. So I think I've only ever like completed a game a few times, just because I have a few games that are just like perpetual that just keep going. Or like I said, you think everything is fine one day and then it all ends in disaster and everybody dies in hellfire. So what are you gonna do? That's how it rolls. But we have fun with it. We have a lot of fun with it. Let's see. We still got to get these damn things cleared out, so we're going to add more trees to our cut list. Everything that's around here. All these things are going to need to come down anyway, since this is what's going to be our farm. And I want to take out some of these boars for food, but the problem with boar if you hunt them and they get pissed off, boars fuck you up. Like, real bad. So, we might pick on the llamas. Oh, there's a guinea pig over there. Another guinea pig. Anyway. Alright, we're getting some progress on the base, so we're gonna we need some light. We need some light, fellas. Wall torch. Bingo. Put some wall torches by the doors. Some light in there, boys. Producer Stan, you fat ass. You're just sitting there eating a meal while everyone else is working. Are they autonomous? Yes, they are. Like, I don't do anything at it. The whole idea is like, and I did a poor job explaining this earlier because the screen was not here. But these are the dudes, and these are like kind of like the priorities they have. So the lower the number, the more automatic they will do it. So they all have 1 for firefight. That means if a fire breaks out anywhere near their base, the first thing they will do is they will go put out that fire. The second thing is if they're hurt, they will take care of themselves. The next thing is if someone else is hurt, they will take care of that person, so on and so forth. All the way, and then you kind of prioritize it based on like what they're good at. So yeah, I can tell them, hey, go do this now, and they'll go do it, but I don't do it for them or anything like that. And then when it comes to fighting, there is this whole element of, oh, my OBS crashed my iPad. There is an element of like manual selection. So if someone was like coming to attack us, I could select Ben and I can hit draft, and now I can point and like he'll go where I tell him to. The problem with this is they get super pissed off if you do this for too long. They hate being drafted. But if I need Ben to do something, like this is what I would do, and then I'd have him like, okay, I want you to attack this wreckage here so this shit goes away. So now he's going to sit there and he's going to shoot that car frame until it dies. And it's going to take for fucking ever because he's not a great shot and it doesn't do a ton of damage. But that's his job now. So when he's done, we'll check back in on him. All right, they're going back to building. That's good. We've still got plenty of trees to cut. How are we on food for now? 56 food we can see up in our left corner here. So that's not bad. That'll last us a few days. I think the guys only eat like 2-ish meals a day. Okay, Ben, you're not doing bad. You're getting close. And then eventually here we'll kind of do some exploring around what we got. This map is scary. Between this dungeon that's like under this mountain that we can see, I don't think these are just all old statues and stuff. I don't know if there's anything in there. So yeah. So mining is an element of this. So like I can click on these nodes and they'll take pickaxes this thing. So these, this is marble. I see this brown stuff here that's compacted machinery. So that's just like there's just like every other survival game, iron, steel, shit like that. Machinery is just kind of like one of the more advanced ones. All right, cool. You blew up the car. Good job, Ben. So now we're gonna undraft you, and he's gonna go back to whatever the fuck he was doing, which is apparently going for a walk. So, as his little status here at the bottom says. So he was pissed off from shooting that car so much. Instead of doing anything fucking productive, he decides, I'm just gonna go for a walk. Thanks a lot, asshole. All right, so we're building some chairs so that they won't eat standing up. That'll make them a little bit happier. Are we getting pissed off yet? We're getting there. Ate without a table, slept on the ground, slept outside, slept in the cold. It's fucking dark in here. It's ugly in here. So yeah, we're starting to get a little harder here just because they're getting a little more pissed off. So we need to, the more progress they make, the better things will be. Little and producer Steve chatted about peas. That's riveting. That's one of the mods we added on here, was just the social bubbles will pop up when you're zoomed in on them. Little and producer Stan, I said producer Steve, didn't I? No, we don't want to do that. Little and producer Stan talk deeply about the randomness of life. Like, so these little things, like, you might see something later that's like Little, told producer Stan to fuck off, and then all of a sudden they'll just like start fighting each other. Danger with that is, since Little is a Wookiee, like there's a very good chance if he fights one of these dudes that he's just literally gonna rip my arm off and I'll die. So we're going to make sure we keep the Wookiee happy. I think that's going to be one of our priorities here. Why the Wookiee's upset about sleeping outside and in the cold? You got all that fur, dude. Come on. Anyway, what is that cemetery? Great question. So these are just like random cemeteries that show up. They are just ancient. The whole idea behind the planet is just like it's like old civilizations that are like, you know, are not around anymore. So there's just spooky shit. Some of these like sarcophagus things, if you open them, sometimes there's loot in them. Sometimes there's like aliens that can try to fucking kill you. Stuff like that. But mostly at the end of the day, a lot of the shit is just you deconstruct it for materials, really. That's kind of what it's most useful for. The mystery is the stuff like this, where we have like these dungeons, and then what we see now, where we have now this new event, we have a visitor, and this is going to show up in the middle of the screen, so I don't even know how well we're going to see it, because my shit is way too stretched out. But we have a miner from a nearby town is visiting. Her name is Jane. She has a few items to trade. So I'm going to click this button, go to jump to location. Okay, you guys are able to see like at least part of the box. So this is just a random NPC who's coming through our area. She's a Moncal. 62-year-old Moncal from the town of Ala. She has a pump shotgun with her and some stuff to trade. So when she wanders through the box here, our humbly little box of a home, we'll get Ben to see if she wants to trade anything. So if you wanted to be a horrible person, you could kidnap Jane, imprison them, and make them a prisoner and sell them off for resources or for money. Or you could keep them in your prison until you convince Jane to be a member of your colony. All sorts of crazy shit. That is one of the ways you add. One of the more common ways you add people is not by kidnapping someone like Jane, but you'll get like raided by bad guys, and so if you manage to like knock one of them out instead of killing them, you can put them in like a little jail that you build, and then over time, like recruit them into your camp, and boom, you add another person to the pile. All right, so where's Ben? We're gonna have Ben go talk to this lady, go trade with Jane, see what she's got. Wow, that got dark fast. Yeah, I know. That's this game, Addy. It gets dark fast, unfortunately. It sounds messy, and it's kind of because it is. So, but that's what this is about. This is episode 0, kind of getting started, seeing if this will even work. But so far, so good. So far, good. All right, so let's see what we got here. So this menu is not going to. Here, I can move the menu over a little bit while we're doing this. Here we go. So this is like one of the menus that could pop up when you're trading with someone. We can see what we can each trade each other. Let's see, how much money do we even have? We have 800 silver. So we have a decent amount of money. Medicine, we do want to buy medicine if we can. Oh, she's only got 1. What are you even selling, Jane? Jane is walking around with 4 survival meals, some medicine, a reinforced barrel, a single Molotov cocktail, and a birdskin shirt. That's what she's walking around with. That's all she has on her. She doesn't have anything to trade. Fuck out of here, Jane. Wasting my time. Yeah. Can I use her as an informant? If she was someone... See, Sean, that's a great question. If she was important of some way, or I was like... If I had some kind of relationship with this town, or the faction that she belongs to, you could do something like that. Because you do develop like social relationships with them, like with different characters that show up and stuff. Like sometimes if you get raided by people and they manage to get away, they will show up again, but with more people, and they'll specifically want to go after someone who hurt them and shit like that. All sorts of stuff. So yeah, Jane is just helping her sweet ass self to just hanging out in our area. Look at her. She's a Moncal with a shotgun. It's great. That's great. Love Jane. Love Jane. But Jane doesn't really have anything to offer us right now. She's just a random ass person walking. She's a trader with nothing to friggin' trade. So go to hell, Jane. All right, we're gonna speed up. We need to get some shit built, folks. We need a meal source. We need walls built. Everyone is asleep, and Jane is just creeping outside our area with her shotgun. That makes me a little nervous. Now she has the audacity to eat a meal at our table. Now you only have 3 meals left. It was one of the very few things you had to trade, Jane. All right. Visitors from Ala are leaving. All right, see you later, Jane. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. So as seasons go by, you can see we got some animals coming in around here. We've had these boars hanging out by the base. There's alpacas up here, llamas, whatever the fuck they are, alpacas. That'll change over seasons. Different animals come and go. You have to be careful about like hunting. If you hunt too much, the herds won't come back. So if you kill everything, you'll get like a message that's just like there's nothing like viable for like a season or whatever to hunt. So it's all sorts of fun little like intricate shit like that. Once you have a decent farm going, you can be pretty self-sufficient on food. But we are running out of supplies soon. These guys need to get to fucking cutting. So we're going to go to plant cutting and make that even more important for everybody. Cut those trees down, fellers, and let's mark the rest of this farm. Oh, wow. I don't know if you guys could hear the music that well, but Producer Stan just realized something with it himself and is now force sensitive and has a level and a skill point of the force to spend. Of all these 3 fools, Producer Stan was the one to get to unlock his force sensitivity first, and that happened very early. That's surprising. Okay. So, basically, it's kind of like an RPG. You get light side powers, dark side powers, neutral powers. Every so often, or as you use them, you level up, and you can add a level to both how good you are at them and like what they do. So, to start, I think so just to look at the powers really quick, there's heal yourself, heal on other, force defense, mind trick, and force ghost. So most of those are pretty self-explanatory. Defense is like a shield. Mind trick is basically you can like trick an enemy into like just leaving you alone. And force ghost summons like a force ghost to like fight next to you, which is super nice because it's basically like a tank. And on the bad side, you've got force rage, Force Choke, which is a fun one, Force Drain, Force Lightning, and Force Storm. I haven't experimented too much with dark side powers just because from the people I've seen play and like the stuff I've read about it, it just makes your life a hell of a lot harder because it just makes things more drama filled and everything. So I'm a pussy and I just play light side. But we'll see depending on the characters how they do it. But we're gonna start with healing, and I'm gonna start with heal other, just because it at the end of the day is just more useful to be able to heal 2 characters instead of 1. That's my logic there. So that's exciting. Give into your hatred, Steve. We will eventually. We need to survive first. All right, quick basketball update. Indiana's up 4. A little over 6 minutes to go. Oh man. 95-91. That's a pretty good game with 6 minutes left for playoffs. All right, so we're getting a good amount of wood here. We just need to get that. We have 805 wood, fellas. We have the technology. We need to get this shit hauled and into the inventory. What are we doing? What are we doing, lads? Oh shit! We have a mad raccoon. Oh shit! All right. Oh shit! And he's like right there, isn't he? Is that him? Maddened. Oh shit! Okay, so this is one of the random things that can happen. Mad raccoon. A local raccoon has gone mad. It'll attack everyone it sees. So you can jump to location and it'll show you where the bad guy, where the dude is. So now I'm gonna grab Little since he's right next to it. I just drafted him. The game is paused, so nothing's happening. And then luckily he has a knife on him, so we're immediately gonna right click on the we're gonna click on Little. We're gonna right click on the raccoon to attack it. Okay, so now Little is fighting this raccoon. Come on, kill his ass. Kill his ass. Get him. All right, cool. So we survived. We're going to haul the raccoon. Oh, we can't haul the raccoon. We don't have a place for fresh. We don't have a place for... Is this inventory not set up for corpses? Oh, it's not. Okay, just animal corpses. That got dark again fast, too. Okay. You're undrafted now. You go to bed and... So, okay, here we go. So we're gonna so these beds are created, right? So we built those earlier. They're finally done. We are going to set it for colonists, and we are going to assign this bed. Set owner Little. So now he'll go to bed there instead of that thing, which will give him a better chance. No, you idiot, go to bed here. There you go. Which will give him a better chance at surviving. And then we're going to set this owner for Ben, and we're going to set this over for producer Stan. Cool, so everyone has a real bed now. Ben, pick up that raccoon and bring him to the... get the raccoon. All the raccoon. Okay, we have... Okay, so the other thing here is we now have our two... this game is close. We now have our two production tables built, so this is good. I need another light because it's dark over here. Boom. All right, so we have a butcher table and we have a stove. So we're going to add a bill for the butcher table, and this basically just means, okay, anytime we have an animal that we've hunted or harvested from a farm or whatever, anytime we have a dead animal in our inventory, we're going to butcher it into food, so that we always have like a constant chain of just not having all harvested animals there. They get turned into raw meat, and then from that we add a bill to the cooking station, where we'll start with simple meals ×4, and we will do until we can set the bill up so that we can basically tell our colonists, hey, cook meals until you have 20 meals on hand. So now we have this thing set up. So whoever has a task for cooking, I think that's producer Stan. When it comes up in his priority list, he will, assuming we have the materials for it, he will go cook meals until we have 20 of them. So right now we have 46 survival meals. Those aren't the same kind, so he should make a stack of those meals eventually when it gets to his priority. So yeah, when we butcher, we butchered the raccoon, so that gave us a few things. It gave us the meat, but it also gave us a little bit of leather. So that's just another way you get resources in the game to make stuff. So I don't have like a tailor bench or anything right now that would use that. All right, night, Addy. Don't eat the rabid raccoon. It wasn't rabid. It was just mad. You make a good point though. Is there anything about it that's bad? No, I think it's fine. I don't think there's nothing bad with the rabbit raccoon. We're fine. I appreciate your looking out for us though, Addy. That's very nice of you. Oh man, we do. We have a very close basketball game here. Okay, so we're gonna keep getting our stuff together here. I'm gonna build this even though I don't need it yet. I'm gonna put it down here before I forget. Is it furniture? My research table? Is it furniture? What? Simple wooden research bench. There it is. Boom. Alright, I'm putting that there for now. Okay, these dudes are going to say, oh man, well Little's not doing good. Let's see what his injuries are. Okay, so just because the mod, it shows his being a Wookiee as an injury, but that doesn't actually hurt him in any way. So he has a scratch on his head, his eye, his right arm, and his right hand. That raccoon got him good, man. Goodness gracious. It got him good. Oh, you can install peg legs? I didn't know that. Why would we need to do that? That doesn't... No, we're not going to... Okay. All right. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He's a Wookiee. Oh, I can't believe he even got hurt against a raccoon. That's disappointing. All right, we're gonna speed things up a little bit. It's okay. See you later, Eddie. It's fine. You're not missing much. Like we said, this is episode 0. This is for like the real ones. When we sleep, we're dead. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna let them sleep for a second because producer Steve, not producer Stan, needs a beer. So give me just a memento. I'm gonna show you guys. Here, why don't you guys look at Shady Dog for a second. There we go. Do. Addy, the fact that you said you're highly entertained makes me feel good because even though it's a humble crowd this evening and we're just hanging out, I'm just sitting here playing this game no one's ever heard of. That makes me happy because I'm just chilling. Shady's just chilling. Oh wait, I never even transitioned to Shady because I'm doing studio mode. There we go. There's the pooch. There's the big sleepy guy. There's the big sleepy guy. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm bummed I didn't get the call. I'm sorry for advertising calls and not really getting to take them outside of the folks who are already in Discord. If you are in Discord and you want to call in and hang, ask questions or whatever, please feel free. I'm gonna get this shit figured out soon here. But I need to keep Shady Cam on for just one moment. Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Adam. You're too kind. Appreciate you stopping by. Okay, bye, Addy, for real this time. Addy, if you come back and say, well, that's not true. I'm not going to not say anything, but for real this time. See you later. I do want to say again, thank you, everyone who's hanging out. You guys are awesome. The fact that you're even here. Oh, whoa, here I am being a little bitch, and there's free meals just hanging out at the bottom down there that we didn't see. This is episode 0. We've been going. Damn, I started at 9:30. It's 11:10. We're gonna go for a little while longer. I kind of just want to get the town like set up here and in a good spot where I feel like they're like somewhat self-sufficient. Yeah, I still have the Shady Cam on for a reason. Give me just a second. I'm doing something with some identifiable information on camera at the moment. But it's still, oh, it's nighttime. What is producer Stan doing? Hauling wood? Okay, he's being useful, at least in the middle of the night. That's good. Oh, you know what I do want to do actually while I'm here is turn my music back on. All right, if I turn this music on, tell me if this is like, this is royalty-free music. I just need like something in the background or else I kind of go crazy. So you guys just let me know if that's like too loud. If it's overpowering, I will turn it off. Adam Knight says, happy Father's Day to all of us in the tribe. No idea if I'm going to have my kiddo on Sunday, so I'm going to spend more time with her tonight. Oh, dude, yeah, don't spend time with my idiot self. Have fun with the kid. That's awesome. You're very kind if you actually check out the video later on. Go ahead and skip the first 20 minutes because my call thing with Hattie did not go well, but that was all 100% my fault, and she is an awesome trooper for sticking in there. Yeah, happy Dad's Day. Have a great time with your kid. Enjoy it. All right, I'm gonna be taking a 30-second break. I'm gonna be right back here, but we're gonna look at the farm and chill with the music. You guys gotta tell me if the music is too loud or if you can't hear it at all. Alrighty. We are back. Let me turn that one off. Boom, boom. So we're in a good spot. It looks like. Do we have a roof over everything yet? Is this all roofed in? Need to have a roof over everything. That's important. But this looks like there's not roof there. Constructed roof. Are we indoors? I can't even tell. Alright, we're going to put a pillar in the middle of this room just in case. Right next to the fucking table. No, we'll put it right there. Alright. Ben is playing chess with himself. He says he's playing chess. I guess you can play by yourself. Seems a little silly. Okay, there we go. We're putting up some more roof. Are we finally indoors? Finish the roof. Fellas, we need roof. This is our home area. Okay, that's all good. Okay. How much wood do we have? 993. Okay, now it's just gonna get real. Now it's just gonna get real. As far as the decor, it's time for floors, folks. We're gonna move. We're gonna waste so much goddamn wood. But here we go. Oh, this damn vent. This is part of the problem. Okay. I need to close that off. This needs to be its own building. That's part of the problem. So this will be it. Okay, that's fine. This will just be the work area. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I forgot we had this vent that was like practically in the house or in the base. Because if that's inside, that's not good. It says it's indoors and it's 79 degrees. It's probably because there's a fucking vent. That would make sense. Turning around, checking in on the game here. Ooh, another turnover for the Thunder. Okay, that's a hard foul. Two minutes left in that game. Oh, here we go. All right, so it has finally asked us. Since it looks like you will be here for a while, Little, the Wookiee, thinks you should give your faction a name. What should your faction be called, and what should our settlement be called? Folks, this is where I need your help, okay? I know there's someone other than Brady out there watching. Brady, if it is just you and me, what are we naming this thing? What are we going to name our faction? And what are we going to name our settlement? I think the leader in the clubhouse for the settlement itself is Blathertown. But what is our faction going to be? Like Blatherers? Like how do we play this? Blathertown, I think, is a good settlement name. Does anyone have anything better than Blatherers for faction name? Anything? Yeah, see, you saw the same thing. Okay, well then maybe sometimes the first instinct is right, dude. That's just it. Sometimes that first instinct is right. I'm gonna be such a nerd. I'm gonna rewatch half this basketball game later if it's ends up being this. If it's been this good this whole time. Oof! Get out of here with those 17-foot jump shots. I'm sorry. I fucking hate that shot. We're gonna go Blathers. Blathers. It sounds like a cult. Blatherites. Blathertone. I kind of like Blathertonians. Blathertonians is kind of cool. Blatherites. That kind of sounds like a cult. I mean, to be fair, it kind of is a cult. Like it's not, but it kind of is. It kind of is. Um, I think we gotta go Blatherites. That's the thing. We've had 2 of them. Yeah, we're gonna go Blatherites. The Blatherites of Blathertown. We're leaning in, folks. Your faction is now known as Blatherites, and this community is now known as Blathertown. Fucking excellent. All right. Oh, that's not the right button. Producer Stan. Is he still the only force sensitive one? No, he's getting there, and he's getting there. So they each have like a bar, but this bar, like even though it looks like it's a lot, it's a total, like the amount of progress they make at the rate at which they make it is not determined, or at least not that I know of. So the fact that producer Stan got his force sensitivity so early was pretty surprising. Oh, I totally forgot. I could have just healed little after the raccoon thing. Damn it! How did no one tell me that? Yeah, we'll do that next time. We'll do that next time. I don't think it's going to be good in the end that we have this geyser indoors. I think I'm going to have to do something there. We might need to break this off somehow, but at least we have it somewhat separated right now. I imagine that's heating up the room, no? Yeah, it has to be. It's 82 degrees inside. Has to be. If you have a steam geyser in your house, that's just like central heating. We will eventually be able to harness that with geothermal power, but it takes 3,200 research points. One of our little dudes would be stuck at that research bench for a very long time. Beer brewing, that's on the list. We'll probably go smithing first, honestly, just because we need metal shit, basically. Or batteries. No, you know what? I'll probably go battery first. Probably need to go battery first so we can store power. So these little squares you see here, as noisy as they are, they're just like blueprints. The white ones are plans. The brown ones are where they've actually put materials down. They just haven't worked on them yet. So we're building out the room, the base here a little bit, as we call it. Putting wood floors down will improve the people's happiness because it won't look so shitty in here. The ugly and unsightly environment grade should go down. We'll add more torches that'll get the darkness grade down. We'll improve the bedrooms. That'll make that go down a little bit. So that's not bad. So we've got pretty easy ways to keep them happy so far. It's -4 because it's hot in here. What the fuck do you want, dude? Awful barracks. Yeah, this place is just ugly right now. So that's all they're really bitching about at the moment. Is it's just ugly. We are going to be running out of food somewhat soon, though. I'm a little worried about that. We need to... Someone needs to cook this raccoon meat. Producer Stan, you're the... Missing raw food. There's 26 raccoon meat right there, dog. What do you mean? Whatever. I think it's because it's trying to do a stack of 4. That's okay. Nicole's Chronicles. What the hell is this? This is a book? Those seeking knowledge and communication skills heed this obscure... it's a... Oh, okay. So if they read this book, they get XP. That's kind of cool. That's neat. Spending says geothermal's a bitch to maintain. You're probably not wrong, dude. You're probably not wrong. So Brady, you think OKC wins out, huh? No devil magic can save the Pacers. Man, I feel like this whole series has just been so reactionary. Like we've just been so... I don't know. Brady, what do you think about that? Like, I feel like, okay, game 1, we're like, holy shit, the Pacers can do it. Game 2, it's like, okay, the Thunder are just going to totally dad dick the Pacers at this point. Game 3, it's like, oh shit, okay, the Pacers aren't going to just roll over and die. And then, is this like a break their back game? I mean... Yeah, you meant the game. I'm talking about the game 2. The basketball game. I don't know how devil magic would save the Pacers here. We haven't gotten into devil magic yet, but I think that's on the board, to be fair. It's in the realm of possibility, so to speak. Fucking time is it? 11:23. All right. I'm thinking we might go Might go close to midnight Eastern tonight, depending on how far we get through this progress on RimWorld. How much wood do I have left? I don't have shit for wood left. That's why this slowed down so much. All right, we need wood, fellas. We need wood, lads. Let's add some more trees to the list. Try to always get the trees closer to the base, just from efficiency, right? Like, they don't have to walk as far away. To both cut and put it away, blah, 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 blah. I am going to start mining this when we have time, just because it's super useful. Oh, okay. Okay. You just meant the game. Okay. Got it. Series is still 50-50. Yeah. But OKC is going to win this game. Yeah, 5 points, 23 seconds. Yeah. I probably want to give some Roku page and watch. We just happen to be. You decided to root for the yellow team. I love that. You just decided to root for the yellow team. That's amazing. Oh man, yeah, your chat thing got like torn off. Let me see if I can fix that. Is it just because it goes all the way over? No. Yeah, okay. It'll show itself in a minute. Alright. It's all about the color choice. Absolutely. No, especially when you're such a little kid. Whoa, okay, I didn't see the call, Brady. I need you to walk me through this. What happened? Okay, I think I'm watching it right now. Well, he just, like, I mean, that's definitely a foul. Like, give me a break. He just mugged the guy. Alright. Greetings, programs. What's up, Jared? What is up? Welcome to the RimWorld. Let's see. Ouch. Fucking hot in here. Home from work. Excellent. I hope it was a good day. It was, of course, it's Scott Foster. Of course, it's Scott Foster. It's not surprising at all. Okay, so we're shooting techs. This game's over. 4 points. I guess we saw the Pacers do this before, to be fair. All right. Anyway, back to this. We're still heading play, so we're not out of. We haven't missed too much. They're all sleeping. We need wood. We need wood to finish the base up a bit, so we can not look so shitty, and things will get better. So we're gonna make it so that you guys are cutting plants and constructing like it's nobody's fucking business. Do your job. Home for 4 hours. Okay. Well, Jared, I don't know if how much you saw, but goddamn, I really need to I'm gonna WD-40 my shit tomorrow. I really need to WD-40 this mic arm. It's not good, folks. Have a good one, Svetnik. Take care. No 4 hour stream tonight. Well, we might get damn close, but I don't know if 4 hours is your night tonight, Jared. We started at 9:30. And if I didn't have like technical issues at the start and make myself look like an idiot, I would have felt better about it. But I'm not gonna lie, that killed my confidence a little bit this evening. But we stuck it out. Addy was a good sport, dragged me out of it. I do think, especially as this game gets going, this is going to be a fun thing to hang out and watch from a just chill standpoint. Especially as these little fuckers get into some mischief. And we get to add people, like... Yeah, maybe we won't have Brady in here, but we'll have Grady. We'll have a character, you know. Dr. I don't know. Doctor something else that isn't Addy. You know, Jared. What is like one letter off of Jared? Gerald? Jared might be pretty funny. Gerald would be a good one. Okay. We got a raid. Shit's going down. So, my screen just went red and I got an alert, right? So we have a raid. A group of tribes people from the Mentrake Treaty have arrived. They're going to attack immediately. This is it, folks. This is either Captain Mayo. Okay, I'll name your guy Captain Mayo. Okay, I think it's just one dude. It looks to be just one guy. I think he's naked. His name is Falcon. Okay, fuck. What sucks is we haven't built it. Damn it. So we're already getting raided, so that's good to know. That means we need to build a jail sooner than later, because right now we can't add this dude to our colony because we don't have a place to like put him. Actually, okay. Do we have wood? I could use one of these. I could use these up here. Okay. We're going to have one person focus on this. I'm going to claim all that. So claiming is just like, these are neutral blocks that already existed. I'm just saying, okay, this is mine now. Which is just a weird part of the game, but I want to make sure all those blocks are there. Okay, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna have one person. I'm gonna have one person who's not good at melee fighting. I think it's me. I think not me. Producer Stan. Producer Stan is going to prioritize building. Prioritize working on that. Working on that. Working on that, and we'll turn that into a holding for this dude, and then we're gonna get Ben. We're gonna get the Wookiee, and they're gonna go fuck this dude's day up, fellas. Hell yeah. So when I draft him, so spacebar pauses and plays the game, so it makes it easy for me to go in and out. Put his head on a spike. You know what's funny, Jared? We totally could do that. that's in the game. You can do that as a way to it really pisses off like whatever faction like they're a part of. It's like a way to like impact the relations and stuff. Do I have it on here somewhere? Yeah, there it is. Skull spike. Boom. You can build it. We can build one. I'll do it. If we kill him, we'll do it. All right. Fair enough. If we kill him, we'll do it. If we can keep him and capture him and turn him to our side, we're going to ideally do that. But if we kill him, we'll put him on a spike because he did attack us. Okay. So we're paused right now. I drafted those two dudes. Drafting Little and Ben just means I am manually controlling them. Producer Stan is still doing his jobs as typically assigned. This dude's going to come straight at us. I'm pausing again. This guy has a limestone club, and he has some jade in his pocket. He has literally nothing else. He doesn't even have clothes. He's super immune. That's kind of cool. And he's kind. Oh, that's adorable. He's really good with plants. He likes animals, and he likes art. This dude's so cool. He's a tribe child, and he's a gatherer. Why does he hate us so much? All right, we're totally going to hopefully just knock this dude out and not kill him. We'll see. Ben has a gun, so Ben might really fuck him up. But all right, we're going to send the Wookiee at him first. We'll have Ben as, like, backup. That's what we're going to... He's too dangerous to be kept alive. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. If the Wookiee can take him down on his own... That's how I would prefer it to go down. And Ben's gonna be back up. Why would you go through that way? What are you doing? You idiot. No, get out here. I want you out in the open so I can have backup. No, Ben, don't shoot him yet. Okay. Here we go. The fight is on. Who's gonna win? Okay. He's knocked out. Okay, this is ideal. So Ben just knocked out the shit out of him. If we look at his log, here's how the fight went down. The Blatherites through versus the Mentrike Treaty. Let's see. Ben first shot at him and narrowly missed. And then our Wookiee friend Little slashed him in the hand. He used his knife, hitting him with a hack from the hack, but like cutting his left foot and his leg. Damn. Then he missed a few times. He avoided the club. Wow. And then Little just struck him with his fist. Wow. So he just gave him a Wookiee punch in his whole right side of his body, and he just got knocked the fuck out. That's hilarious. All right. So Producer Stan is finishing what will be the jail as soon as we get that built. Boom. Okay, so now I think we have an enclosed space. So now in order to make this a quote-unquote jail, I'm going to put a sleeping spot down. And now the sleeping spot is down because that doesn't actually take anything. It's just like a designation. I click on it, and I set, instead of for colonists, I set for prisoners. And boom. Now this is just a little, that's a little prison. So now I can take my Wookiee friend. This dude is half dead. Luckily, producer Stan knows the Force and has Force heal. So we're gonna have him capture him. Sorry, Jared, you're not getting a score. You're not getting a torch. We'll see how he reacts to capture. Okay, if we can't turn him, we could sell him. As bad as that sounds, we could ransom him off essentially and get money for him, or he's just gonna sit in our dungeon essentially until he either dies or he'll eventually try to break out. In which case the Wookiee will probably kill him. But yeah, no, this game can get dark in those ways. We can ask him for information. We'll see what. Well, at least I think so. We'll see what happens. All right, so we're gonna undraft him. Oh, and Ben is still drafted. That's not good. Okay, so they're not drafting him, or they're gonna go back to what they were doing. I'm going to get producer Stan. He's gonna use his Force heal on the prisoner, so he doesn't die. See how that works. And then we're gonna go to the prisoner, and he has these prisoner things here. So we have these different things that we can do. So we want to recruit, and we're gonna give him real medicine, so that he likes us. Okay, so he's healed. We just did a Force heal on him, so he's alive. He's in restraints, and he's hanging out in that little dark room. And I think I'm gonna make a torch in there, because if he's like too miserable, then we have absolutely no chance of recruiting him. Go full house Bolton. Okay, so it depends on our characters a little bit. We could, I mean, it depends on the faction. Like we you know, the men are treated like, are these bad guys? Like, are these just straight up like raiders? What is this faction? Ben asked about his generosity, because this dude's so like, look at him, he's so nice. Like, he's super. He literally has a kind trait, and he's a shitty shooter. He's a shitty fighter. This dude got sent out to die. Like, he absolutely got sent out to die. Why else would he have been? Why else would he have been sent away? He's dumb as a rock, so that's not doing him any favors. But. No, we're gonna reduce. No, we're gonna recruit. Straight up recruit. Raccoon meets Drow away. God damn it. Okay, so we need to figure that out. We need to get moving on animal stuff soon, or on food stuff soon. Okay, we need to do something about the fucking geyser in our goddamn house. That was really stupid for me to put that there. Or for me to build like where I did there. So we're gonna keep this place basically outside. I'm gonna put a vent in the wall, so that should normalize the temperature between the room and the outside here. But once this wall is built, we should have an independent environment from the side of the house. That's the idea, at least. You go get that hot pocket. Kindness breeds kindness. You're absolutely right, Christopher. You are absolutely right, my friend. If you could be turned, you would be a useful asset. You're absolutely... Brady, that's the idea, dude. I've only got 3 guys working around here. I could use the extra hands, man. It's like, shit is going slow. The beginning of this game is very fun, but it is a little, like... It's not boring. It's just... It's like... It can be a little repetitive, but I'm also kind of trying to play it, like, super vanilla so I can explain stuff and kind of, like, talk through, like, what I'm doing, so I'm not just, like, clicking random shit and no one knows what's going on. So these are just rocks, so I'm going to have these hauled away so they're not just sitting around. Those contribute to how shitty the area looks. Alright, so it is nighttime again. So we're going to fast forward. Resistance is 14.2. That is not good. That's pretty high. That means he is not a happy camper. Oh, dog, you don't need to fix that. Don't feel like you need to fix that. That's a waste of your time. We'll take all those marble blocks though. It's pretty neat. Fellas, oh, we're out of wood again. All right, so we gotta cut up. We're getting close to being able to clear this farm area out, which I'm pretty excited about. Oh, I need a place to. Okay, so we have these 2 inventory spaces here. So one of the things you also want to do is generally have like basically like a landfill. So it's called a dumping stockpile zone. So you'll put this, you know, some random ass place. We'll put it over here, and then when you click on the stockpile zone, you can again filter what goes in there. So I'm not gonna let anything fresh in there because we want to make sure if we have food, some person can get it. Whoa! The Wookiee's force sensitive. The Wookiee just unlocked the force. No animal courses. Chunks. Cool. Okay, so that'll be that. All right, so the Wookiee now has the force. So we've got 1 force point to go here. He can also. I'm so tempted to go. I'm not gonna do anything with the lightsaber stuff yet, just because we only have 1 lightsaber. I'm gonna go. I kind of want to go another heal other, because then we have 2 characters who can. Essentially everyone can be healed. So I'm gonna go heal other for 1 more time, and then the next force power we'll do something else. But now at this point, technically we can heal everybody. Okay, which is super, super important. All right. Oh yeah, wood. We need wood. We need wood. We need wood. Big time. Getting some trees. Sweet. Oh, and there's some berries around here. Let's harvest this shit. So these little bushes that have like little colors in them. Little berry bushes. So take advantage of that because it's just free food. But it does go bad, unfortunately. Whatever, we need goods. The fuck is this little? Oh, it's just a blueprint. I was like, is that their stockpile zone? All right, boys, get wood. We will finish this shit up. We got important stuff to do. What do we got going on? Boo, support class. Yeah, I know it is boring, but we gotta. Okay, there we go. Now Ben. Oh wow, they all got their force powers really fast. I feel like. All right. All right, where are we going with Ben? Where are we going with Ben? Was Game 4 the game last night, Jared? Because if so, yes, I watched a good bit of it. We're not gonna go heal here. Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna give this to you guys. With Ben, we can either go. I'm gonna give you a choice here. We can either go lightsaber, and we can give Ben the lightsaber, and he'll be the lightsaber guy for now, or we can delay that decision till later on, or we go dark side powers because we need to go dark side powers with somebody. So I kind of want to go like force choke or lightsaber. Lightsaber, says Brady. That's a lot of votes for lightsaber. Jared says dark side. Okay, so we're at 50-50. I need someone else's input here. Come on. Kylo Ben, exactly. Okay, that means dark side to me. All right, so we're going to go dark side. It doesn't mean Ben won't get the lightsaber, but it just means we're deferring who gets the lightsaber to now. So, Ben did almost screw up the fight. Yeah. So we're going to go force choke. That way next time. Yeah. I like that. All right, back to work on the wood, getting the base fundamentals built. Once we have that done, we can thrive, not just survive. You know what I mean? That's the goal. Thrive, not just survive. The Wookiee needs the saber. You're not wrong. I wonder what color lights. I wonder what color like kyber crystal it has. Or if does it even have one? I might get screwed and it doesn't even have a kyber crystal. Because I think that matters. When he wakes up in the morning. When he wakes up in the morning, because they don't like when you wake them up. You can, but they get really pissed off if you drop them when they're sleeping. And keeping these little bastards happy is how you keep the game going. Because if they get pissed, basically, like, killing yourself is half of what you need to avoid in this game. Because these little dudes will just turn on each other. So that's where the happiness and stuff comes in. Ugh, the Wookiee. I do want to see the Wookiee with the saber. I wonder what color it is. I wonder if it's green or blue. They have a whole bunch of colors. But I thought you had to have a kyber crystal with it, so I don't know if the lightsaber will even work yet. Luckily, getting a kyber crystal is like you just have to get a little bit lucky with the trader. As traders come by, sometimes they'll just have one. All right, finish your food there, buddy, and then we're gonna light that lightsaber. Here we go. Equip the lightsaber. Okay, he has it equipped. We're gonna go draft him. Lightsaber crystal required. Damn, we don't have a crystal. That's a bummer. Don't have a crystal. All right. Well, go get your knife back. All right, then that's we have a goal. We have a goal then. We have to find a kyber crystal so that we can use our lightsaber. And he's going to be totally awful with it too to start because he's like 0 and everything still. So there's 2 ways to use your force powers. You can use them on spells essentially or in like actual passive skills. This fucking mod is so cool. Like it's so deep as far as the stuff it adds. It's great. All right, so once we get established in that way, we're gonna need more wood, so we always need more fucking wood. But how much steel? We have a decent amount of steel. The next thing we're gonna need is air conditioning, but not for what you think. We need it to keep our food cold. So the next thing I'm gonna do is shrink this zone to no, I'm not. I'm gonna build another one. We're gonna build a refrigerator right, yeah, right over, yeah, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do. It's gonna go right in there. That's gonna be our fridge, and this will all be regular storage. That's gonna be the idea. Get to digging. I know. I know. This is marked for digging. These little bastards just haven't done it yet. I got some lazy workers, guys. I don't know what else to tell you. Producer Stan, Ben, and the Wookiee Little are all a little lazy. They're chatting about breakfast. Rare thrumbos have wandered into the area. So these are like these fictional creatures that are pretty badass. You can tame them, which is really cool. I think you can ride them if you tame them. But they're like, yeah, there's like these like alien creatures that have like fucking horns and shit. They're pretty cool. But that you again, they're super high level essentially compared to what we are at now. So if we interacted with them, they would just fucking murder us. But yeah, they are essentially Pokemon. Yeah, Christopher Oz is absolutely right. They're basically Pokemon. But they're like really big Pokemon. Jared, you said no smooth dash. Do you guys not hear like any music at all? Because I think what I'm going to do is just turn my Spotify down all the way and turn the RimWorld music up a little bit, because RimWorld has like actually pretty fun music. At least for the type of game it is. So you guys just tell me when this gets too loud. Just to have a little background ambiance, right? Just for that little bit of background. No music for me. Okay, do you guys hear anything now from like in-game? It was just really light. Go to 15. Okay. Better. Oh, they're coming close to the base. Luckily, they're like neutral. They won't fuck with us. I'm gonna WD-40 my micro arm tomorrow. I promise. I will do it before the Saturday show with Ken. Man, I really was hoping we'd have a Kyber crystal. Because here's the thing, we have this. We have all these like fucking ancient like cars and shit here that we need to get rid of, and you can only get rid of them by attacking them. Because they're sitting on where all this like fertile soil is, so we need to get rid of them. I was really looking forward to giving the Wookiee the lightsaber and just watching him just go to fucking town, blowing up those cars with the lightsaber. I thought that would have been really funny. But alas, we need a Kyber crystal. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Okay, how's our prisoner up here doing? 12.8. All right, we're getting there. We're we're getting there. As it goes down, it'll get a little better. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make his room a little nicer. We're gonna be like fucking Sweden or Denmark or some shit with our quality of prisons. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give him a plant pot. We're gonna give him a real bed, actually, too, instead of just a fucking sleeping spot. Here you go, homie. Here's a real bed. He's gonna get an end table. We don't even have end tables, but the prisoner's gonna have an end table. Oh, that bed is backwards. Look how progressive we are. So maybe this will increase our chances. Can you shoot them? Yes, Jared, I can shoot them. Yes. Am I going to? No, because it's just not where we're at right now. But yes, you can do just not anything, but you can do a lot more in this game than you think. It really is Minecraft meets The Sims meets Dwarf Fortress. Oh, the cars, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to go there. That's on me. Yes, you can shoot the cars. Yeah, you can shoot them, beat them with a stick, whatever. Attack them however you want. But yeah, that's basically how we have to get rid of them. These things only go away if you attack them. Most other stuff, you can like mine, essentially, or deconstruct. Like these structures and stuff that existed before we got here, you can hit deconstruct on these to get rid of them. But not the cars. The cars, you gotta blow up the hard way. Oh, shit. He got boxed in. You idiots. Ugh, fools, build a door. You dumbass fucking Wookiee. Ay. He just built himself into a dark room with no way out. Ay. All right. So we're getting some more wood. Okay, cool. Hey, look at this. The foundation is done. We are in a good spot here. We've got floor, walls. It's not as shitty as it used to be. It's not as shitty as it used to be. That's really good. Okay. We're gonna get rid of that stuff. One of the next things I'm gonna build is essentially like a hospital room. Ooh, that's gonna be a very narrow hospital. Not like that. We're gonna go this way. And that way. Put some doors. Okay, cool. And then furniture, just because people fucking get hurt so easily. Future-proof a little bit, so we have some additional beds. We'll turn those all into. You can basically set beds. Like right now, this bed is set for a colonist, which is one of your people, and then you can also set them for prisoners or slaves, or you can set them as medical beds. So you can essentially just designate it as like if someone's hurt, they'll sit in a medical bed. So he's depressed. Who's depressed? Who's depressed? Darkness. Oh, he's actually not doing too bad. Little's not doing too bad. He's not doing too bad. No, we're all good. Is our prisoner depressed? Oh, he's not doing good. He is not doing good. He's mad because he has an uncovered groin. Dog, you showed up like that. What do you want from me? Alright, let's give him some pants. Let's give him some pants. I can't force... I don't think I can give him gear. Oh yeah, the Wookiee's still himself from him. Yeah, I know he is. Yeah, that was... I don't think that was him being depressed, Jared. I think that was him just being a moron. Speaking of that room, that's going to be our refrigerator soon. Alright, so again, we need more fucking wood, because of course we do. Get to that, and then here's our next big step. Is we're going to enter the steam power age. We're going to build a wooden generator. Do we have enough to build 2? I don't want to build 2. We're going to build 1. And then, so we build a generator, and then we need to build conduits to get the power to the base, which I will do like so. And luckily you can build them on walls, which is cool. So then we can do this. Actually, I'm just gonna do that for now. Go this way. Gotta cut across. Okay. And we'll see what happens there. See how long that takes. And then cooler. Cold air. I think we only need 1 for now. Oh yeah, we're definitely doing 1. We don't have enough for more than 1. That should be a small enough room to cool down. So the idea here is I'm building the power generator so we can have electricity. We don't have any way to have electricity at the moment. So we can get power generator. Basically we feed that with wood, generates power, and then you just pipe power conduits from your source of power into your base. And so like basically if I want to build something that requires power, I just plop it on the ground nearby a it's like this light, for example. I plop it on the ground near where one of these conduits are built, and if it's within range, it'll just automatically connect to it. And as long as that conduit has power, the lamp will work. So that's the idea. So once that's built, we'll be able to get power in here. I can use a cooler to cool this room down to 32 degrees, put the food in there, and boom, our food never goes bad. So that's like priority number 1, because we've got shit that's... we got packaged meals which last for a while. But any fresh food we get goes bad after like a day or 2, because it's hot as hell in our little house here. And yeah, it's definitely hotter in here because of the geyser. I think I'm going to wall the geyser off. We're just going to make a sauna. Boom. Yep, we're making a sauna. That's what we're doing. Because if this room is super hot, when these guys are working at either of these workstations, if they're uncomfortable and it's super hot, they could fuck up what they're doing, waste resources, blah, 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 blah. No 7-Eleven on the corner. No, there's no 7-Eleven around the corner, man. We are self-sufficient around here. But we're doing okay so far, honestly. We've been very lucky that it's been kind of quiet. Like, we've only had 1 raid where just, like, one dude showed up and fucked with us, but he didn't have jack shit for us. He didn't have jack shit for us. Oh man, well we're approaching 12 on the East Coast, so I appreciate everyone just hanging out. I know it's late, but this is what we do on Backstage. At least now it is, because I threatened you all with playing games for so long, and here we are. And I can't believe the first game I'm playing on stream is RimWorld, but it's great because I can just kind of sit here and stare at it and talk. And if I had my shit together, I could take calls and stuff. And I still can. Jared, if you want to call in, just hit me up on Discord, by the way. That was my whole thing. The night is dark and full of terror, it is. But yeah, if you want to hang out, just hit me up on Discord from Ken's. If you're in Ken's Discord, you can call into the show. Eventually, we do need to gate the Backstage in some way. I want to leave like the link public in a way, but also like I can't do the show and vet people, like all that shit. Oh yeah, no, dude, take your time. No pressure, dude. I didn't mean to like. You don't have to come. I'm just offering, making sure you're welcome. Just because we're gonna do regular calls tonight, and I had it set up. Addie was the best, and was a great teammate, but couldn't get the echo and delay thing figured out. Okay, so look at this. Oh man, I'm burping so much. Excuse me. We have our first quest. We have our first quest that has been sent to us. This is, again, one of these great things about this game. Random shit happens all the time. So here's our first quest. The Hunted Knight. Placida Glabus, a knight of the Broken Dominion, is calling from nearby. Her guards were killed in an ambush. She escaped. But she's now being followed by a man-eating hare. Placida wants you to keep her safe at Blathertown for a few hours until her shuttle can come pick her up. She will bestow 8 honor on whoever accepts this quest, and this enough is to honor to receive the royal title of yeoman and all benefits that come with it, including the first level of psychic powers. So those are basically like additional Jedi powers, Force powers. Okay. So we're definitely going to accept this because all we have to do is kill a man-eating hare. And there's a chance, if Placida likes us enough, that she will not take the shuttle and she will chill, but I doubt that'll happen. So let's see. So we're gonna accept. Oh, who do we want to get the 8 honor? Let's give it to the Wookiee. Hunter lacks suitable weapon. Who's my? Oh, Placida. Oh, yeah, it's because she's like technically with. So for right now, Placida is technically part of our crew. That's fine. I don't care about you not having a weapon. She's gonna leave in a few hours anyway. So for work, Placida, okay, we're gonna keep you there. We'll keep you do firefighting, bed rest. How about, are you smart, Placida? Do you want to do some research for me while you're hanging out with us? She's not bad. She's good with the animals. Unfortunately, we don't have any animals yet, other than the kitty. All right, you're gonna research, lady. I'm just gonna have you just research. Don't worry about anything else. Here comes our man-hunting hare. Good to know. Where is he? He's up top. All right. All hands on deck. Oh, you know what? Let's try to force choke the hare. Hey, Laserbolt. Happy Friday the 13th to you. Oh man, damn it, Laserbolt, you just missed it because it's Saturday the 14th for me. It's 12:01. I hope your flight was good. Please tell us all about it. Feel free. We're taking Discord calls this evening, so if you're in the Discord, just give me a message, and I would love to get you in here. Shit, where's our hare? Oh no, do we move? Oh no, he's right here. Mad hare. Okay, so we're gonna draft him. We're gonna draft him. We're gonna draft the Wookiee. All hands on deck for the mad hare. We're all gonna run up here. I kind of want to force choke the hare. Let's see if this works. We're going to test it. Oh, wow. That hare is moving. That thing is moving. He is... Look at this little dude. He is booking it. All right. Where's the Wookiee? Oh, I can hear him. I can hear how pissed off. Oh, no. Wait. No. The Wookiee's not the one with force choke. It's Ben Blather's the one with the force choke. Okay. Oh God, it's working. Oh, did you hear the little sound? Holy shit, it worked. Oh, that was gnarly. All right. Oh wow, no, you are a. Oh, okay, so it stuns him for a second, and then he starts running. These guys are terrible shots. Okay, please stop shooting. That was terrifying. You need to be undrafted. Now haul that hare. Okay, that was wild. That was wild for just a. Now imagine when it's like, you know, 10 freaking people show up, right? Now we've just been dealing with like rabid, tiny little animals. Things are gonna get so much worse. That's what's great about this game, though. Like I said, like we could be here for a while, or this could end after episode 2 or 3 because a plague hits and we all die, or I get raided by a bunch of bad guys at the same time. Like something horrible could happen. You know what? No, I'll just, yeah, you can sleep there, lady. Oh no, it's a hospital now, isn't it? All right, so I guess the guest room is going to be the research area for now. I am going to need to build another little bedroom spot. Let's expand down. Make a little expansion area there. Time for a quest house. Kind of what we need. Well, I mean, as long as this lady doesn't die for the next few hours. Yeah, her shuttle comes in 0.7 hours. So that's like a minute, maybe, I think, in game, in real time. Not even. Not even. Oh, okay, you know what? I want to test something here with my iPad setup. So if I do this, you guys should see the pooch, right? No, because I'm on studio mode still, so let me turn that off really quick. Go back to the game. Okay, now you guys see the pooch. There we go. And then, boom, there's me. Okay, excellent. Okay. Cool. Alright, glad to know that works like that. Alright. Oh, there's the shuttle, so we need to send what's her face home. So again, shuttle, boom. So we just right click that, she'll go to her thing. So we're gonna start research with batteries. So that we can not blow ourselves up with the thing, because we'll have a thing generating power, and if we're not using too much of it, bad things can happen. Let's put it that way. Let me grab a little something here. Sorry. Grabbing one of my apps here. There we go. Cool. Not bad. Alrighty. What? Okay, so we're still working on power. Okay, this is done. Alright, well, fuck, that's done, but the power generator's not done. What do we need for that? What the fuck are you guys doing? Producer Stan, get on your shit. Build my fucking power generator. Please tell me that cough was muted. I apologize if it wasn't. I really, really do. Oh, actually, I do want to set something. This is not accurate. Hold on, sorry, folks. There we go. Just had to adjust some settings. Alright, cool. We back. We so back. Oh, Ben is no longer inspired by trade. Bummer. That's okay. Not like anyone's fucking come by forever anyway. Quest completed. Cool. So, the Wookiee gained the title of Freeholder from the Broken Dominion. The title of Freeholder cannot be inherited. If he dies, no one will inherit this title. Okay, whatever the fuck that means. So we have a new quest available. Okay, what is this? The Broken Dominion is ready to grant Little the title of Novice and the power level of 1 and silent bestowing ceremony. Okay, the bestower will arrive by shuttle and perform the ceremony. Bestower will only give a title if a throne room... Oh, okay, so we're not going to accept this quite yet. We're going to hold this quest in our pocket. Basically, we build like a room that's got a bunch of decorations in it. Looks all impressive, blah, 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 blah. The better it is, I guess the better the reward is. But yeah, he gets like rewarded by that faction for helping them. Who the fuck even is that? Dominion. Who even is that? Okay, so we're right here. So the closest rebel alliance is at Pumpville. I love that. Pumpville. Alright, sweet. And we got another one down there at Menwick. We got this faction, the Shiv terrorists. Bonvast, this like symbol here, that's like that's part of the Star Wars mod. Those are like it's supposed to be like Black Sun essentially, or Crimson Dawn, just like the underworld stuff. And then we have the rebels, and then we've got the Empire up here. So we're closer to the rebels, which is good, but we're not too far from the Empire where they should show up, so which is good. We kind of want them to show up because they have really good loot. So anyway, let's see here. Okay, the cough was muted. Thank you, Brady. Thank you. All right, cool. So this little area is almost done. That's good. We gotta get this shit out of here. We gotta make sure we cut all the trees, so we can put a roofie over it. Not a roofie, a roof. That roofie sounds bad in that scenario. Jesus. Well, roofie is always bad, but that was not. You know what I mean? Christ. All right. Build that roof, Mr. Little. All right, we are not winding down yet, but we're getting there. I think if Jared wants to join and you want to come hang, the time is going to be not soon here. Summer has begun, but winter is coming. Food crops won't grow. Dude, we don't have crops yet, dog. Like, you slow the fuck down. Holy shit, boys, we're running out of food. Boys and girls and everyone in between, we are running out of food. We need to figure that shit out. Okay. Who's awake? Producer Stan, you're awake. Go shoot a car. But you can only get... Oh, you... Wow. Only made a melee attack? It never mind. Undraft. Do whatever the fuck you were gonna do. Alright, so we need to prioritize... Not only building that thing. The generator. We need the generator built, and we need food. How is our prisoner doing? This game is so fucking... This game just is like the definition of ADD. I just said the lyrics of a musical called Kinky Boots. Really? I didn't know that. Obviously. You'll have to explain that sometime, Brady. Put that in your back pocket, Brady. Explain that to me next time, because I don't know what the hell that means. Oh, fuck. Now we have to build a goddamn... What do you call it down there at some point, too? Floor. Okay, whoa. Everyone's awake. It's daytime. Let's fuck up these cars, boys. Come on. Let's do it. Don't think you're going to be able to force choke a car, but you know what? Let's try it. Does it work? Holy shit, it works. Please tell me it did damage. It did 5 points of damage. That's hilarious. Alright, let's attack the cars. Let's get these things destroyed. Holy shit, took you guys long enough. Okay. Attack that thing, and then You guys attack. We gotta clear a bunch of this shit out. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. You can actually hold shift. Yeah, it doesn't work when they're drafted though. Oh, maybe it does. We'll see. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's clear all that shit. Okay, we're gonna shift, boop, shift, boop, shift, boop, shift, boop. And they should all attack all those things in succession. Boom. I'm a genius. This is relatively new. Well, not really, but it's DLC, and I haven't really played with it that much. Like the whole cars and shit being like debris and stuff you have to deal with. All right, that's good for now. Everybody can be undrafted. Get rid of that shit. Get rid of that shit. Cut me some trees down. Musical theater. Nice. Okay, good to know. Alright, so we have some really rich soil here. So this is where we're gonna make our farm. I'm gonna slow down just a wee bit. We're low on food. We gotta get going on food. Shit. Alright, so in the meantime, we're gonna I'd rather not kill the boars because they'll fuck us up. What else can we not gonna kill the guinea pigs. That's not gonna do us any good. That's a bear. That's a horrible idea. Oh, there's some steel up there we can grab. Alright. Hold on, Jared. I'm gonna bring Jared on here in just a minute. We're gonna go. We gotta kill the boars. Fuck it. Oh, they're gonna. No, I can't. They're gonna murder us. They will literally murder us. It's way too many boars. Alright. I'm gonna bring Jared on. He's gonna help us do some hunting. Sir?
Oh, hello.
Why, hello there.
Yep, just making sure all my settings are good.
No, you sound
How
good.
we doing?
We're doing fantastic. I'm at that point where I've been streaming long enough I'm starting to sweat because my lights are kind of like baking me. But we're doing fine.
Well,
I think the beer also does that too. But
I was gonna say, how many fourth beers are we on?
this is, I think, our third, fourth beer on the night. Not on the stream. That's just like on the night. I started well before we started streaming, so to be fair. Jared's a bit low. Okay. Okay. Jared, really? He's loud for me, but all right. I'll turn Jared up.
It's got to be the Discord through the stream that's not
It is.
making it.
I just, the thing is, like, when I had Brady on there and I turned him up on Discord, I was hearing an echo. So if you go ahead and talk.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, see, I'm getting a little bit of an echo when I turn you up too much, which is, I think, just because I have.
Yeah, I was getting that too, but then I muted my YouTube feed and it got rid of my echo.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have all the live feeds I have muted too, so it's some kind of a bounce back, but he should be a little louder now, Brady. So let me know if that's a little bit better. No, that makes me sad. Oh, so yeah, that's what's nice about Discord though, is you can use the sound effects. Oh, you know what? That makes me think. If I'm doing shit in Discord, I don't even need. If I'm using Discord, I don't need voice mod. The app voice mod open, because voice mod is the app I use for like my soundboard stuff. Like if I want to do like this shit, like the party horn and all that kind of stuff. This is where my romantic saxophone came from, like all that stuff. But Discord does that as well, and it's all the same app. So that might be the way to go in the future. This is why we do this on the Backstage, folks. It's the laboratory.
It really is.
It really is, and it's fun, and I get to play RimWorld while we do it. So Jared, I'm running out of food. Yeah,
well, time to go hunting.
Yeah, I knew. So here's the thing: we have boars. Problem is, boars can kind of kick. Ooh, there's a turkey. Bingo. Boars can kind of kick your ass.
I was gonna say, boars. What is this? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Like, we're gonna slay boars until we're level 70. But these wild boars, if you attack them, there's like a 20% chance they'll attack you back, and if one attacks you, all of his buddies will attack you, and then you're fucked. Like the game will end because we died to pigs 2 hours into the stream. So I'm gonna go for the turkeys at first, and if we see any like docile prey animals, see there's just a bunch more boars down here on this side of the map. So yeah, we need. I don't want to. Killing the donkeys. I feel bad. Okay, it's the alpacas. I'm sorry, they're gonna go.
I love how we can.
The alpacas are gonna go
and kill prisoners.
Yeah,
but the donkeys we feel bad.
I don't want. I do. I mean, am I wrong? Like, I
mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for the donkeys.
People suck. Donkeys better.
Exactly. The donkeys haven't hurt anybody. All right. So the next thing I'm gonna do. So in order to start with like farming, I am going to build a fence here. And so for 2 reasons, because I'm going to plant, but the farm I plant on can work 2 ways. I can also, since I have it fenced in, it works as like an animal pen.
I was going to say, you're going to get some chickens.
Exactly. Oh, wait, I need my wooden fence gate. Blocks some animals, handlers. Oh yeah, perfect. This is what I need. So I can kind of double this area as both a farm and as like an animal pen. So I just put in a piece of furniture called, actually, is it under miscellaneous? Pen marker. So as long as I have like a closed space here, like with all these fences, I can put this bad boy down, and that kind of designates this space as, okay, this is your animal farm pen thing. And it'll tell you how many resources you have and how many animals you can sustain in it and all that jazz.
So reminds me of another similar low-res kind of game that Steam had. How was it called? God. Game with a T.
Terraria?
It was another. Yep, that's the one. Terraria.
Yep. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's similar to Terraria. It's like top down instead of sideways. But yeah, the graphics are you play a lot of it zoomed out, but when you do zoom in, like the graphics are like they look good, like they're flat and everything, but they're not like grainy, I guess is like a good way to put it. All right, so I just put a growing zone down, so now we have all these different plants that we can decide on. So I can already grow drugs. We can do smoke leaf, that's pretty obviously marijuana, and psychoid is essentially shrooms. But we need to prioritize. We need to prioritize food. This was like a pretty indie game when it came out. This game came out like over 10 years ago, I think, at this point. And it's just had a bunch of DLCs and like mods along the way. I've been playing it for a long time, but it's like so different now than when I used to play it. All right, so we're gonna make some potatoes.
That's okay. When I was one of the original alpha testers from Minecraft when it was like 5
Oh
years
wow.
old.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
I stopped playing Minecraft around when beta 1.8 came out.
Oh wow. Okay. That's wild. I was gonna say I played Rust really early on. But that's Minecraft is a whole nother level there. Alright, we're gonna start with potatoes and rice. Oh, am I muted? Can you still hear me? Am I back? Ruh-roh. Do you hear me? I've got you on my end. Hello. Anything?
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, some reason my headphones got disconnected.
Ah, okay. I was gonna say, holy shit, is everything? Have my lights melted everything?
No.
Alrighty, we're gonna put another one down here. We're shaping up here pretty good. Like we're getting to a point where we're gonna be sustainable here soon. We have some growing zones. Oh man, this is done. Okay, we're gonna have the cooler set up soon. Alright, we marked our stuff to hunt. I don't think anyone's done any of the hunting yet though, so we're gonna speed this up real quick. So, Jared, so thank you for joining. Did you have any questions? Did you have anything? I mean, I thought you had a great Game of Thrones segment yesterday. All things considered, especially heavy Stannis, we all know my thoughts there. But anything else that you wanted to bring to the table this evening to chat about? Anything on your mind?
Nothing too grand, just another glorious night. And yes, I love how you, as soon as we started talking about it, your immediate thing was hashtag girl dad.
I'm not gonna let him live it down, man. It just hits different now. It just does. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to tell you. Shit, we're out of wood again too. I don't know how 3 people are using so many goddamn resources. This is ridiculous.
You've got a Wookiee.
Yeah, that's true. We do have a Wookiee. You're fair. That's fair. This is why we need you around, Jared. You're a good voice of reason.
I try.
Yeah, you do a good job.
Don't tell my ex-wife.
But okay, so we've got all these. Okay, here we go. Who's the better shot between? I think producer Stan is the better shot.
I was gonna say, the producer's got the gun, right?
Yeah, but he sucks at shooting. Oh, they both suck at shooting. They all suck at shooting. All right, Ben has the better hunting gun though, so we need meat. We need meat.
Where's the beef?
Well, it's not gonna be beef, but it's gonna be close.
Oh God! I actually was just talking the other day about how great.
Oh, they're running away.
When we were smaller.
Oh, I know, right?
Now.
Yeah, especially kids commercials used to be so good, like toy commercials. Oh, we got him! What a shot, Ben! Wow, that's impressive for how bad all their shooting skills are. The fact that he nailed that was pretty good. That's huge. All right, we're gonna. We're gonna shoot another one.
You're gonna be like Strider coming back to the Hobbits.
I know, right? But we need more. Oh, that was so close. Oh, nailed him. Kidney shot. Oh, he hit him again. Oh, wow. Oh, that one missed. Oh, come on, Ben. Don't let him get away, Ben. He's getting away, Ben. Oh, you bum.
I mean, if you shot a donkey twice, I think it should go down.
He will. He will go down. Like, he's gonna slow down because he's probably bleeding out. Yeah, he's gonna die in 11 hours if he just like runs around. Because he's got his left lung is destroyed and his right kidney is destroyed. This alpaca is done fucked up, Jared. This is a fucked up alpaca. We need to put this poor guy out of his misery. Dear God. Let it end. Just let it end. Oh my gosh. Just let it over with. Ben.
He's gonna earn his way into Valhalla.
He's gonna have to. Oh my God. Just let it end. Jesus Christ. There we go. For the love of God. All right, that's enough. We don't. You, Ben. I'm disappointed in you. All right, haul that alpaca. Chewy, not Chewy. I called you Chewy. I'm sorry. Other Wookiee. Oh, okay. No. Oh, he's already doing it. Yeah, I know, right? Now I'm gonna get sued. All right. So producer Stan's already hauling. All right. So now that this is about ready to go, what we're gonna do is expand the zone. We're gonna put it here. So now, and then we're gonna delete this.
Now we're just gonna have
this
yelling at Jamie while skinning the
yes, exactly. But we have a place now. Why are you carrying metal, Ben? I told you to carry the alpaca. You can't pick it up. It's too heavy. Are you absolutely fucking kidding me?
I mean, have you ever seen an alpaca?
Jared, no, it's okay. I'm gonna fix it right now. It's because we didn't have the fridge to set up to take animal corpses. Now it'll work. There we go. Prioritize hauling that alpaca, you little bastard. There we go.
It's gonna turn into Oregon Trail. You're all gonna die of dysentery.
Dude, with our meat laying around on the ground like this, you're not wrong. Considering, but hey, you know what? We have a built-in spa in the house. Like maybe we can steam some of the meats.
Did anybody when we were kids beat Oregon Trail?
Oh, I definitely didn't. I played the shit out of it, but I couldn't tell you about beating it.
No.
Yeah.
Brady, do you even know what Oregon Trail is?
Man, like, oh well, no, but he's right about toy commercials used to be better. He agreed with us on that one.
Even just like food commercials were better. I mean, Capri Sun thought we were turning into Quicksilver.
those were pretty good ones. Those commercials were creepy. I loved like the fruit by the foot, fruit roll ups had some good commercials. Cereal commercials I think those were the standard. I think
Really
cereal
Rabbit
commercials were the
did.
best. Yeah, Rabbit. Yeah, the tricks. Reese Puffs had some good commercials. Cookie Crisps has some good commercials. All right, so now that we've got power, this is a big milestone for us. We have power. We have electricity. We've now evolved.
What's
So
the kid cereal of choice at home?
oh, so for the baby, we only let her have like the whole grain Cheerios because we're hippies. But I eat Lucky Charms like a motherfucker. I love Lucky Charms. I eat all the kid cereals, so I'll eat like Lucky. Man, okay. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna rank cereals. So my top 5 cereals are Cocoa Krispies, Reese's Puffs, Fruit Loops, Fruity Pebbles, Lucky Charms.
Definitely with you on the Cocoa Puffs. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, yeah. You remember Smacks?
Oh yeah, love Smacks. Smacks are good. OLI, outside looking in.
Yep.
Love Smacks.
Apple Jacks.
Smacks good. Apple Jacks. I have Apple Jacks in my cabinet right now. Like Apple Jacks. Those are good.
Fine Special K, Christopher. That's
Special K is fine. It's if
when it has all the unhealthy shit like the chocolate.
yeah. Or I was just say I'll eat Special K if I feel like shit and just like I need to like feel like I'm eating something somewhat healthy in the morning, but I still want cereal. I'll have Special K, but I don't often have it like on hand. To be
I
fair.
actually haven't had cereal in forever. There's a little breakfast diner right next to my house that I go to. Enough where Karen, my waitress, I walk in and she goes, "Use," and I go, "Yes," and she gets me my coffee milk, my 3 scrambled eggs with extra cheese, and my chocolate chip waffle.
Chocolate chip waffle. That sounds yummy. I haven't had a chocolate chip waffle or a chocolate chip pancake in a long time.
And it's like that good proper diner, like the size of my fucking head waffle that I can't really finish.
Right. Oh man, those are the best. Those. You know what else is a low? You know what's an underrated waffle? A hotel waffle. The hotel breakfast bar waffle is an underrated waffle. That's a good waffle.
Continental breakfast is one of the best inventions.
Yeah. I mean, you can get a shitty continental breakfast, but you can also get a really good continental breakfast. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you.
All right, so this is a big development. We've got the food storage set up.
How's your prisoner?
It's a great question. We haven't looked at him in a while. He's still pissed that he's naked. I can't do anything about that, unfortunately, because he's the one that attacked me without any fucking clothes. But our resistance is down to 6.9, so he's getting there. Like, if we get that down to 0, we can recruit him. But he's got 65 days before he attempts a prison break based on his current attitude.
What is that fuzzy thing next to the ruins there in your jail cell? It looks like a guinea pig.
What is that's exactly what it is. It's a guinea pig. It's a wild guinea pig, Jared.
That is a big ass guinea pig.
He's a big guinea pig. It's a big chunky guinea pig. She is a 1-year-old chunky guinea pig. We have a group of travelers coming by. Look like a few Rhodians, actually. Lynx and Trev. A revolver and an auto pistol is what they're carrying with them.
Well.
Do they have?
They are bringing trouble.
They don't have anything to trade. They're from Allah. They're from this city, Allah, that we've seen nearby, which we like. That's where Jane was from. Or we don't not like them. They seem to be okay. But I'm a little worried how much this little town of Allah is like scoping us out, you know? That could be a little.
I smell a hostile takeover coming.
Yeah, well, unfortunately we're not really equipped to, like, if the 3 of us took them 2 on, they have an auto pistol and a pistol. Like, I think at least one of us die. And I'm not ready to take that chance yet.
Not without a kyber crystal.
Not without a, yeah, dude, I did 3 hours of work on this thing at this point. I want to at least get the Wookiee to ignite his lightsaber at some point.
Oh, God.
But getting a kyber crystal shouldn't be too hard.
My D&D campaigns. You know how many
No, I'm
characters I
sure.
need to go through?
Oh, I'm sure. But don't get me wrong. This is going to be a bloodbath at some point. But it needs to you have to get it going first. Like, you gotta establish yourself.
Now, when you play games like this, are you like me and some people I know where you basically have your designated survivor? Like, this is the original character that'll make it. Everybody else is expendable, but this
Oh, it depends on the playthrough. Like sometimes, yes, it depends on the playthrough, like and the mods that I'm playing with. When I do this, I've done a Star Wars campaign, or I did a Star Wars like playthrough where I had the mods enlisted, where I only had one person that was force sensitive, and so I was like, okay, this is the dude. And then everyone else was just kind of like rebel background characters. So that one was kind of fun because I got that dude like super super strong. Like by the end, he had like all the force powers and everything. He was jacked. So that was pretty fun. But the great thing about this game really is just like you don't save scum. You just let what happens. Like that is the fun of it. Like there's a good chance you're going to lose. That's just how it is. Like getting to the end and actually building the spaceship and getting out is like an accomplishment if you really make it. But you can set the difficulty and all that kind of stuff. But no, the fun from this game is just like seeing like the random shit that happens. And so that's why I made this episode 0, because this is like getting started and stuff. So if people actually care and want to watch, they can go back and like watch and see how it gets started. But like from here on is when I'll start to interact with more NPCs that come by and like shit will like happen, right? You know, this is just kind of like, it's kind of like character creation when you're playing like an RPG or anything like that. You kind of set the foundation of stuff. Why do we have wood in the refrigerator? What the fuck is going on?
Rock hard wood. Giggity.
Giggity. No, we don't want manufactured. No manufactured materials. Only food. No rotten. Only animal corpses. No apparel. No building material. No weapon. What the fuck are we doing? It's a goddamn refrigerator. How did I let this happen? Plant matter is fine. No stone blocks. None of this shit. Get the fuck out of here. Wood, uranium. I don't need uranium stored with our food. That's a horrible idea. Alright. There we go.
Well, you don't have a kyber crystal, but you have uranium.
I know, right? Well, no, I don't have uranium. It's just a setting on the thing. I know. I can't believe that's quite. I thought like I remembered that. Like I thought the lightsabers don't come with kyber crystals. They make you work for it a little bit, which is good. Like I'm glad that it gives me something to like work towards, right? Like that'll be fun when we actually do get a kyber crystal, because you can get them a few different ways. Like they're not like too rare where you won't ever see them by a trader, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty fucking expensive. So.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's the trader you kill, kind of like in GTA when you kill the prostitute, take her money back.
Yeah, you got to get. Yeah, you know, I didn't think about that, Jared, but that's why you're here. That might not be. But the thing is the traders that have kyber crystals usually show up rolling deep. Like they will show up with like these like buffalo kind of animals called muffalos, which are just like big furry buffaloes that they're used as like pack animals. And they'll have like 10 guards with them, all like totally totally decked out with guns and stuff. It's like the cartel showing up to like trade you stuff. It's terrifying. So that strategy doesn't work, but for too long.
See, that's when you gotta get the mod from what was it, Red Alert 2, and just get Tesla.
Tesla coils everywhere. Well, yeah, you could essentially make what a lot of people do to cheese this game a little bit is you essentially just make kill boxes. So that as NPCs come onto the map, you funnel them into one place, and it's just like a tower defense game where they, you know, have to wind through. But that totally, in my opinion, that kind of defeats a little spirit of the game a little bit. But
it's the Spartan strategy. In that narrow corridor, their numbers will count for shit.
Right, but that's if I'm fighting them. What I'm talking about is like there's all sorts of different like defense things you can build, like turrets and traps and stuff like that. So people like automate the whole process. So it's like I'm with you and doing like a, you know, we'll do some defensive things to funnel them, but you still want the pawns to fight because that just makes it more fun in my opinion. Like if you have all the defense automated, it gets kind of stale. That's all. You gotta keep a little challenge. You know what I mean? That's all. I'm glad that we set off at least a serial debate in the chat. What was that?
I know that's why I am an angry god in my worlds.
I'm sure. Well, an angry god is an interesting god in the video game realm, to be fair. So I'll give you that. There's not supposed to be any fucking food in this god damn inventory block. Ridiculous. All right, so just quick, Jared, we're gonna wind down here soon, but I appreciate you joining and hanging out, especially since you came in late, since you got off late. You're a hardworking man. Um,
I'm a working man. I wouldn't say hard. I manage liquor.
I mean, that's an important job. I think yeah, that's an important job.
Somebody's got to drink the samples at 9 in the morning.
Jesus. Do you have to drink the samples? Like, what do you like?
No, so basically, when reps want to be like, "Hey, we've got this new vodka.
Yeah.
Here, I've got a bottle in my car. Here, take a shot of it."
Oh yeah. I know a buddy who's yeah. Those people are the alcohol sales reps that I know are the people who are like in their mid to late 30s that are still living in the frat house, basically. Like they still are in that. That is the mentality. You know what I mean?
You are so not with their
Yeah.
fake Italian suede shoes.
But you know what? Those shirts, those buttons go all the way down. The buttons always go all the way down. So
Yeah,
so here's
you're gonna have to eat something later today, huh?
yeah, right. Well, it is. It is.
I love how
it is already Saturday. I know.
I've been googling 3 minutes on Google.
What did you even like? I want to know. What did you?
Emily Clark polo shirt guy.
That's literally what I did. A million of those. I did a million of those, and I didn't. Man, I don't know. Maybe my Google didn't want to show it to me. It wanted me to believe, but and it was Kit Harington. Like that kind of is cheating, but it's you're not wrong.
Hey, you didn't specify.
No, I know. But it's fine. I mean, to be fair, this was Ken's whole thing to begin with, but no, you're not wrong. Oh, good. We took the wood out of the refrigerator. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate polos the way he does. I'm not afraid to admit it, but
here's the thing. I'm half and half where I don't hate polos, but I
yeah.
wear polos.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, I barely wear a polo when I go golfing. I have never been yelled at for wearing a t-shirt.
Dude, I got yelled at a golf course within the last year or two because I was on the practice putting green and the back of my shirt wasn't tucked in. And some old asshole came by in a golf cart and was like, "Hey, son, tuck your shirt. You know, when you have your shirt tucked in around here," as if I was just like some, like, just like, troublemaker or something. I'm like, here I am, like, 30-something years old. I'm like hungover as shit because we had like an 8 a.m. tea time, and I had the tail of my shirt untucked. Like, get off my ass, old man. Like, find something better to do.
You ask him, what did they deny your Cialis prescription or something?
Right? He wasn't even like one of the rangers or like people that worked at the golf course. He was just some dickhead. Anyway. But yeah. Brady, yes, it was Kit Harington wearing a polo. It doesn't have collars. Wait. It doesn't have collars?
Yes, it did.
Hold on. Do we need to relitigate this? Well, I mean, we haven't technically litigated it yet because I was gonna admit this on the show tomorrow, so we don't have to. Hold on, I gotta let my dog out.
Hang on, I'm gonna send it. I'm looking at it right now. There's a collar there.
Put it in the Discord. I'll put it on screen. Let's. All right, come on. We'll do the discovery now, and then we can litigate it on the show tomorrow. How's that?
Well, just go in our private chat. It's right there.
Oh, that's right. It's already in our chat, isn't it? Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh man, you even got me like a double angle here.
Well, because you the
no, I know. See, is there Brady? You tell me, man. Is there a collar there? I don't. That looks awfully. Flattened to me. Just saying. I don't know how we're gonna have to. I don't know. Jared, this. I think the appellate court ruled that this is kind of back in. We're back in business.
I got another one.
Oh, god damn it!
Boom.
Do you really? What is this?
Don't underestimate my internet. I'm 39. I remember when the internet came in the mail. Okay, that's fine. Okay, two things. That's Kit Harington with Rose Leslie, not Amelia Clark. The challenge is Amelia Clark with a dude in a polo. Okay, so that's just Kit Harington in a collared shirt. And to be fair, that looks like lawn sleeve. That looks like a button down because that looks like that's lawn sleeves. Like look how long those sleeves are. That's a button down, dog. That's a button down. For sure.
All right, we're litigating this tomorrow. We're litigating this. This is reopened in court. The appeal court has ruled that Brady is the appellate judge, and he has ruled that this needs to be that. Yeah, time for Chat GPT. So Laserbolt, I used all sorts of means for my research, and I'm telling you, everything came up. We can't find a picture of Amelia Clark with a dude in a polo shirt. Everything was a button down. So that's why I was so surprised when Jared said what he did. So this is just completely like the judge. I mean, as I'm not even a judge, but as the defense lawyer, I'm totally saying objection. This piece of evidence needs to be completely thrown out because this is just whatever they say when it's like nonsense, malarkey. Because this is just Kit Harington in a picture of his beautiful wife. So, but this is decent. Like this is your Zapruder film right here. Like this is it. Like because while this only has a few buttons, I can't see a collar. Like that's why he's wearing the jacket over top of it. And to be fair, a good lawyer would argue that he has to wear the jacket with it, which is not the same as just a polo. I think Ken might even argue that. So I think we need to. I'll write this down, and if I forget, you say something in chat tomorrow during the show if you can make it, and we'll if Ken has time. Well, yeah, if you call in, you can just make it part of your call, I guess. But because I don't want to take up too much time because he's trying to do like an hour. But we need to settle this. We need to settle this once and for all. All right. Well, with that being said, I think that's a good natural way to close out the RimWorld for the evening. So I am going to hit the big old save button. Yay. And I hope for everyone who stuck around and who hung out. Here, let me go to my main camera here. I wonder if you'll still be able to hear me and Jared here. Let's do. Here's that. And then you can't hear Jared right now, but if I do that, now you can hear Jared. Oh, I have my shit figured out. Cool.
All those years of schooling paying off.
I know, right? Dude, I was this close to having that freaking app that I was using to get the call thing to work. I saw Addie. She could see me. It was like we just couldn't get the echo delay thing figured out. And I'm like this close because I literally had it working yesterday when I was doing some testing. So I'm this close.
Can you not StreamYard while gaming?
No, no. I can. But the whole point is I don't want to use StreamYard because it's expensive. And StreamYard at the end of the day, two reasons why I don't want to use StreamYard. While it is convenient, it doesn't do anything. I mean, easy for me to say right now because half the shit I've tried fucked up, but it technically doesn't do anything that I can't figure out how to do just through OBS or do natively. The other thing with StreamYard is good if you don't have like a gaming computer that can run OBS and a million other programs at the same time while you're streaming to power all that shit. Luckily, I have a gaming computer, so I can utilize that for that. Oh, hi, Shady. Just barge on fucking in, why don't you?
Well,
so
Shady Dog's the best.
He is. No, he's allowed. He has carte blanche, go wherever he wants. But and it lets you do the chat overlay, and lets you bring people in calls. Discord is great for calls, and Discord is also gated naturally with Ken's Discord as far as people that we can have call in because they have to be channel members and all that kind of stuff. So I like that. But it's just another app people have to use, and so it is a little less accessible. Whereas like the thing I was using is just a link you can go to. I can customize a link, blah blah blah, and still like vet people and stuff.
I was gonna say you got internet balls for just let anyone kick that. That link.
Well, I have anyone can get in the link, but I'm like still the director in the studio, so they can't get on stream until I let them up there and stuff like that. So I wasn't gonna let anybody actually on the call that I didn't actually know or like contribute in the chat or anything like that. You know what I mean? So that's all. No, I'm not that naive. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm gonna fine tune that. We've got the chat on screen. There's a way I can do the highlight that StreamYard does. I just have to do a little something with Python, I think, to get that to work. Using this app called StreamerBot. So, we're close. We're getting there. We're getting there. So, but that's what this is for. This is the testing ground.
It'd be fun to try one night is a live movie watch along.
I'm totally down. Like I want it like MS, like kind of like Mystery Science Theater 3000 kind of esque. Yeah, and I think a good one. I honestly was thinking about that because like Dogma is free on YouTube. And I think Kevin Smith might have got the rights back or something. But I think there's like some royalty-free type of movies or shit like that on YouTube, or just some fun things that we can do like that on YouTube. So yeah, I'll look into stuff like that because I do like that kind of stuff. So I'm down for that kind of stuff. So put that kind of stuff in the Discord as far as stuff you want to see on Backstage, as far as like other community-driven ideas and shit like that. Because I'm totally down for that. Whether it's a watch-along, when there's like Andor just ended, and so there's not anything for a little while. But like when there's like another Star Wars show, like I'm totally down to get on here right afterwards and like talk about shit. Like not like in the Force Center way, but just in a funny, more like kind of reaction kind of way. That kind of stuff.
Brady's had that because I had the same idea. Old classic movies, like not necessarily new stuff, but like shit people should have seen. Like Rosemary's Baby.
Well, we have to make sure we're still within TOS of everything, because then the channel will still get banned no matter what. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
That's why you just have this like how what is it? Star Wars Explains does it. You just see Molly and Alex talking over the movie, and there's a timestamp at the bottom.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, you can do that with anything. Yeah. No, yeah, you can do that with anything. But no, there's ways that you can actually just have like the same, like Twitch used to have a great feature. I think they got rid of it with Amazon watch-alongs. You could do like legit Amazon like if your audience member had Prime, they could literally just like, you would be in a little box on top of the thing you were watching, so you could like watch it like be synced up at the same time, stuff like that. But yeah, no, I see what you mean about doing the timestamp thing. I've seen people do that for sports too, so I've thought about doing stuff like that for no offense, if it wasn't the Pacers and the Thunder, I might have thought about doing something like that for the finals. if it was the Knicks and someone else, or like it would have been, you know what I mean?
If it was the Celtics.
So but
hey, always beat LA.
Might do some fun stuff like that with sports, like some fun watch along things like that. So that's what we're here for.
You haven't put up an F1 race for us to watch with you.
Honestly, that's on the list. I just didn't think anyone would like want to, kind of thing. Like I figured if I did that, I would probably be pretty alone. But I would totally be down for that from a let's watch the race together kind of thing. I can put put up stuff so like people could see, because you can put up like stats and stuff. I have like tickers and stuff I could use that would show like timings or like where people are, and then you just tell people like, oh, watch this channel to watch the race or whatever with us. But yeah, that might be like a fun one. But we have to add like a fun element to it. We'll do that, and we'll spin the wheel and shit like that. That was the only thing I didn't have ready this evening, like right off the bat, was the wheel. I've got it set up. I got to reload it and everything. So anyway, Jared, do you have anything else you wanted to get off your mind before we head out here?
Be excellent to each other.
Be excellent. That's good advice. Thank you for that. We appreciate it.
On, dudes.
Thanks, dude. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening.
You too, brother.
All right, man.
Stay safe.
Thank you, sir. Take care. Alrighty, thank you again to Jared. Thank you to Brady. Thank you to Addie for calling in. Sorry for anyone else who tried to call in earlier when we had this. We were testing the setup. We're gonna fine tune. We're gonna get that working. I was this damn close. This close to greatness. This close to greatness. Ken's gonna be so disappointed in me. I was talking up like how good I was gonna be. I've been staring at this picture of Amelia Clark and Kit Harington, just like staring back at me, and it is so. This picture just oozes like the early 2010s. I don't know. If I go back to my screen, like this just, I don't know, that picture just makes me think, oh man, so long ago. Kids. Anyway, all right. Thanks everyone for hanging out. We went way too long again, 3 hours and 20 minutes, but that's what happens in the Backstage. We test shit out. We figure stuff out. We're getting there. You guys are awesome for hanging out. Thank you for being here and supporting the channel. Please like the video so other people can see it eventually. And I hope you guys tune in tomorrow to Ken's show. I'm not sure what time it'll be. Hopefully it'll be, I'm sure it'll be 7 or 8. So but hopefully he's able to do it. And who knows, we might sneak in another Backstage at some point this weekend, whether it's late night Saturday or Sunday. But I'm going to try to get to a point where I'm able to schedule these at least a day or two out so that we can do a little build up. I have so many things I want to do between that and making clips and TikToks and stuff just to like generate a little more juice to the channel. So we got big ideas. So thank you all for hanging in there. Thank you all for being awesome. Have a good one, Blatherites. As our RimWorld's episode 0 comes to a close, we will really kick things off next time we do a gaming stream. Tell me if you liked it. Let me know if it's a fun idea, if you want to see other games, and we'll do that. But it's awesome. Take care, everyone. Have a good one. Bye-bye.